Welcome to the Samwelb B12 experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Argos. Make sure to subscribe today. What's up, football fans? Here we go. We are getting set, locked, loaded, and ready to roll. Week 9 of the CFL season is just about to get underway, and here we go with the Argos and the Stampeders. One of those unspoken rivalries. These two teams always tear it up when they get together. As you just saw, the Argos with a 4-3 record. The Stamps with a 3-4 record, but are undefeated at home. The Stamps are coming off a blowout loss just a week ago, and the Argos looking to end the Stampeders' undefeated home streak. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. AAU Triton, Dina B, and everybody, welcome to the show. If you're picking us up on replay, thanks for checking us out. Welcome in. If you're watching a Ninja in the background, thank you for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. These are always good teams as they get together. As I said, the Argos 1 week ago defeating and taking on Winnipeg, just squeaking out with a victory there. Jen, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. And of course, the Stampeders getting shell-shocked. 33-6. They took a big-time loss, so they're looking to bounce back from that. The Argos looking to give it to them again, hoping to pull out another one. Of course, Cameron Dukes, the young star quarterback, filling in, and he has had an up and down season, throwing for a total of 1,221 yards. Going to be going against Jake Mayer, who's just under 5 yards shy of 1,700 on the season. Ben, how's it going? Welcome in. Shell shocked Is that a Ninja Turtle reference? Absolutely it is, Triton. Absolutely. Of course, in the rushing end, kind of the Argos' secret weapon, Kadeem Carey. Carey has been an absolute monster when he gets the running game going. He is just 9 yards shy of 500 yards on the season, and he has really been that secret weapon that Cameron Dukes and the Argos have been relying on, pounding it down on the turf, trying to open up the passing lanes, using all their weapons to find a way to the end zone. Now, if you're just coming in, if you're watching from south of the border, if you've never seen the Canadian Football League before, the Canadian Football League hits a little different. We go with one down less. That's right, 3 downs to go 10 yards as opposed to the NFL 4. Our field is longer, it's wider, and it's faster. It is an action-packed game, and it is a whole lot of excitement. So lots of differences. Our balls are bigger. That's right, they're fatter around, and you got to be a master at grabbing that ball and chucking it downfield. So this is a fun game. The Canadian Football League is awesome. It's been around for a long time. And like I said, these two teams always get it going. Right now, the Stampeders are the favorites coming into this one. Of course, with that undefeated home record, gives them a little bit of an edge, but they are up against an Argo team who's looking to kind of shake things out a bit. Their last couple games have not been spectacular. Their quarterback, Cameron Dukes, has been kind of pulled out of the last couple of games, and they went with their backup to really try and get things going. The Argos just squeaked one out last week, 16-14. The week prior against Hamilton, they did lose 27-24. Again, another close one. They exploded against Montreal, 37-18, and then lost back-to-back losses, Saskatchewan and Montreal, 30-23 and 30-20. So they've been in all the games they played, but they just haven't been able to really get it going and get it all sorted out. So that is the story. That is what we're going in with today's game, and it is going to be an absolute doozy. Of course, the Argos in a good, well, they're trying to get in a good position in the standings right now. They're 2 points back of the Ottawa Red Blacks, sitting in third in the East. Toronto with a win, looking to get up in tie. Montreal leading the division 7-1 with 14 points. Calgary also sitting in the third spot out on the West. They are 4 points behind BC and Saskatchewan. Both BC and Saskatchewan tied with 10 points, and they have been absolutely incredible. Two fun teams to watch this season, BC and Saskatchewan. Winnipeg hasn't been good at all. Neither has the Edmonton Elks. They are 1 win and 7 losses. But Calgary, again, trying to edge closer towards those top 2 teams in the West. Toronto trying to get closer to Ottawa, move into that second spot. Of course, Ottawa has a tough matchup coming up later this week, Thursday. They're playing Saskatchewan. So can Toronto pull out a win here and try and even things up? So we're moments away from kickoff and getting this game rolling. So if you haven't already, make sure you tap that like button. Make sure you hit that share button, share the stream out. And let's get ready for some Argos football. Kadeem Carey, by the way, second in the NFL with his rushing yards. When I say he's a secret weapon, he absolutely is a secret weapon. Peyton Logan for the Stamps, getting his first career CFL start. He has looking to get it done. He is a good guy pounding on the turf from what we've seen. Dave Dickinson, the coach of the Stampeders, continuing the streak. Can he do it? Ryan Dinwiddie, 40-17 all-time career record, looking to use his knowledge. And here we go. It's game time. Kickoff, and it's going to come all the way through the end zone. So not a chance for a run back. Stamps going to pick this up and get ready to rock and roll. Stamps first possession coming out. Jake Mayer at the helm. 71.8% completion percentage this year. He's 11 and 5 TDs to interceptions. So let's see how he's going to move this ball along for Stamps. The quarterback game is going to be key. There's Triton coming in with that freeze.
don't just try to run it up inside this really good
By the
defense.
way, trying to hope you had an awesome milestone birthday the other day. Hope you got into some fun and stayed out of some trouble.
Against the Red Blacks. We'll see what
Here we
he
go
does
for
here
the snaps.
today.
For the snaps.
He begins looking over the middle.
Long toss over the middle. What a completion. There you go. Wow.
There's
going long, about 24 yards over the top.
Defense from the Argos.
Snap pass, see you later. Great catch here.
Inside the will linebacker. As the will linebacker expands, what do? You throw a shot just inside him. Nice throw before the safety can get there. So great throw to start this game.
Jake Mayer
that is how you get the ball going. Jake Mayer, so 1 for 1, 24 yards. Let's see what else he's got up to say.
Last year for Mayer. Now they go to
gonna hand this one off. They're gonna go along the turf.
As he'll be wrapped up and brought down after a gain
nice
of 6. Let's meet the rest of the Stampeder offense.
Christy Nakanyu, first-year player, Washington State. He will start at right guard as Zach Williams goes to the 6-game injured list. And Reggie Bagleton, only averaging 30 yards per game, but he's who the Stamps are going to look for second down conversions. He's the guy who creates first downs for them. And Clark Barnes back in the roster, Marshall.
And Bagleton has those good hands, able to bring that first catch in for 24
number 14
yards.
in red and white, back in the lineup, hard count here.
Second and
like
5, dropping back, going deep again, way deep. There's a flag on the play. That's going to fall incomplete, but let's see what the flag is going to be.
Wait, was I offside? Turn to the official, they said, no, D-line.
Toronto, number 94.
You see that throw here, and you're like, why are you throwing it with that guy that far off?
So second down, we got an offside call.
Understood he's got the yardage for 2nd and 1. So now you get your short yardage team come out, and you're going to get the quarterback sneak and already put themselves in position already for a field goal, Marshall.
Jake Serezna, the offending party that time, offsides. The man they call in this Argonauts locker room Captain America, and we learned this week, Big Steak. Our man Dwayne Ford would love that. As Tommy Stevens
sneak
in
this over
center.
2nd and inches, delay, and they're going to run it over. That'll be first down, Stampeders.
Let's meet the Argonauts defense.
The return of the man they call Flo Arimilade in his pass rush drills. I mean, this is already the best defense. Sacking the football, bringing him in is going to be amazing. The man they call JJ or John Jones going to bring his speed and athletic ability at linebacker. A great player filling in for Wynton McManus. And I don't know if this guy's got a nickname or not. Tavares Fadden, he's got a pick 6 last week. The only touchdown for the Argos in their win. And he was only on the roster just last week. First week on the roster.
Incredible to see him coming back to the Argonauts here after a little stint on the practice roster in Ottawa.
Snap, dropping back.
Looks over the middle.
Again going deep. It's caught.
In space.
Binghamton again. He's going to drop down to the Argos 10. Wow. Stampeders spreading the field, really going deep.
There's a pressure off the outside. You'll see right here. Priester's coming off the edge. That creates some space for Reggie Bagleton in the middle of the field. Nice throw on time.
A couple catches. For a guy that averages 30 yards a game, he's already picked up 47 here today.
So now they're inside the 10-yard line. Let's
James, what's going on? Welcome in.
Franklin alongside Royce Metier thought that they might have come up with the football.
What a start here for the Stampeders.
From Ryan Dinwiddie and the Toronto Argonauts.
We're going to get a challenge. Argos think this ball actually came out.
So that's really good, getting Reggie Bagleton involved early. You know, he's only averaging 30. They're only averaging 30 yards a game.
Waiting for the
Two
call.
big catches for him. That's excellent.
Toronto is challenging the ruling on the field. They believe the last play should have been ruled a fumble. The play will be reviewed.
All right, we're going to the command center early here in the game. Daniel Barry, what's going on? Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody is having a great weekend. They're going to take a commercial break. And watching the replay here, it does look indeed that the ball did come free. The command center going to have their word cut out for them here as they're going to study this. Now, if you are an Olympic fan, if you joined us yesterday for some soccer, thank you so much. Of course, didn't go the way we wanted it to for the women's Canadian soccer team. Didn't go the way we wanted it to for the women's basketball team either today, as they lost versus Nigeria. Their hopes of moving on are done as well. All in all, it was a pretty rough day for the Canadian Olympians, except for our hammer thrower who picks up the gold medal, throwing a heck of a distance. What is he, like 84 and a half I don't even know, what do they measure it in? Meters, yards, whatever they measure it in. It was a long, long throw. Of course, not good news on the track for Canada. Did not make the 100-yard finals. DeGrasse coming in 5th in his heat. Our other runner the other day disqualified on a false start. Of course, in the pool as well, Canada had a chance in the women's 4x100 medley. They came in 4th place. Summer McIntosh just could not get it done with the hammer, swimming the final length there. Could not overcome the deficit they were in. So a little depressing day for the Canadian Olympians, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. The men's the men's basketball team still in it. They play tomorrow, looking to move on in advance. All right, so let's see what the command center has to say. They're still reviewing it.
One more here is Reggie Beggleton. Did he fumble this ball? Right hand down, ball was out. Was that right knee down? Here's our referee, Ben Major.
Here's the call.
Upon further review, the ruling on the field is overturned. It's first down for Toronto at the 11-yard line.
Whoa, there you go, Toronto.
Coming
up with the football. It is ruled a fumble. Jonathan, how's it going? Ruled a fumble. It is overturned. And yes, the ball was punched out. Fumble. Argos take possession. Let's see what Dukes can do. He's going to throw this one up. The Argos.
As that'll be
getting it up to their 20
of the season, but Cam Dukes getting the start.
Argos got to get things going. Dukes with a 72.6% completion rate.
Still the starter.
Like I said earlier, 1,221 yards on the season, 6 TDs, 5 interceptions.
9, 10, 11 drives that led to scoring.
Let's see if he can get off to a better start today and get things going. By the way, if you're curious, yes, the Argos do have a 1-0 lead. More to that in a moment. He's going to hand this one off. They're going to pound it across the line. First down, Argos.
Let's look at the Argonauts offense, Lavo.
Ryan Hunter, I'll tell you, this is an example of patience. For the patience of virtue, the Argos waited years to get this guy, and all-star performances every week. And obviously, we keep talking about Kadeem Carey. You know, the coaches talk about him on the field. He brings energy of an 11-year-old every week, in the hype and the energy. Now, Marshall, I have an 11-year-old. Sometimes she's just on the couch watching YouTube. So we got to make sure.
All right, we're going to go. There's some key players in the Argos offense. Snapping it back, fakes a handoff, going to pass it behind the line of scrimmage. Getting back to the line of scrimmage, but doesn't pick up any yards. So the Argos, on their original kickoff, went through the end zone, and that's how they picked up a single point. The Rouge, if you will. So 1-0 Argos as they take the lead here early in this game.
And he is the effort example for the
football
team.
Second and 9.
And a lot of people are going to be looking at this player today. Kenyon Reed, his first start, first-year player from San Jose. I think the Toronto coaches and the Calgary coaches are going to be watching how he's playing.
Dukes Here we go. Here's the snap. Dukes looking back. He's set. Look out. Dukes has got to throw the ball. He's got nowhere to throw. He's going to dive for the line. He's going to come up about a yard or two short, depending on the spot.
Shy of the first down marker, but a good job by Dukes to create with his feet.
So a 7-yard rush. One of the challenges Dukes have had, and I like this youngster a lot. I like Dukes a lot. We'd love to have him here on the show, talk to him. But one of the things we've seen is when he has some issues hitting the primary target, when he switches to the secondary, he doesn't have a lot of time, so he tends to use his feet. Now, he did get a good run there. He did fake the little fluty flicker, but he didn't throw it. He hangs on to it, and they're going to go for it. 3rd and 2. The Argos going to try and pick this one, trying to draw the Stamps offside.
Looks like the flag comes out.
Violation, Toronto.
The Calgary defense holds.
Time count violation for the Argos. That's going to move them back a couple yards. Now they are going to have to kick. Victoria, hello there. Welcome in.
You saw Toronto do that. You start motioning. If you just do a hard count, nothing's going to happen. But some players look at the motion.
So Toronto trying to draw Calgary offside there to get the penalty to push them over the first down line. Didn't happen. They take a time count violation, and now they're going to kick this one away. And there's flags on the play before the kick.
Before it was whistled in.
Yeah, everybody's looking around going, me? Noah's Ark, hello there.
They'll talk it over here as Haggerty stands back, ready to
discussion.
Send another punt down the field. Actually got the longest career average with 200 career punts in CFL history right now, does Haggerty.
Let's see the call.
Procedure, Toronto, number 96. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So on Toronto again, going to move them back another 5 yards.
Out of Waterloo. He gets called for the penalty.
You know, also, John Haggerty's first in the CFL and punts inside the 10-yard line.
So Haggerty now going to be back to about the 6-yard line to kick this one away.
He's not going to get the net yards kicking out all the way.
Here's the kick. Let's see.
Put it inside the 10 when he can.
Really good kick down to about the 30. Calgary going to pick this up there on the move. Ryan, hello there. Welcome in. You know what, Ryan? I am going with the Argos for the upset. I'm going the Argos for the upset to break the Calgary home streak. That is where I am going tonight. What do you think, Ryan? Who is your pick? And let us know if you're in the chat. Who are your picks? Who are you going with here tonight? Calgary is the favorite. Again, they are 3-0 at home right now. They did get whooped big time in their last game on the road, so they are looking to bounce back. Brian, Dina, Ben, all going for the Argos. Triton, of course, is going to go against me. I could say the sky is blue, and Triton says, no, the sky is red. The grass is green. Nope, the grass is blue. But that's okay. That's why we love you. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up for us. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you kindly do hit that subscribe. And make sure you share the stream out. Help us out on social media, Twitter. Hit that share button. Put us on your social media. We really appreciate it. We are now in the month of August. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Here we are in August, and we are slowly creeping towards hockey season, and I cannot wait. Hockey season is coming up in just a couple months. We're going to have a real exciting fall. We know the Blue Jays have let us down. We're not going to talk about them. But these Argos are going to try and play deep into the fall. The Maple Leafs going to be starting up. We're going to have a whole lot of fun in the fall. But we still got a little bit of summertime left, so we are absolutely going to enjoy it while we can.
Jake Mayer, especially last week on the road against Ottawa, but really on the road throughout much of this season. It's been a bit of a different look than he's performed here at McMahon.
Yeah, the thing talking to him this week, he wanted to make sure he
so
does
Jake Mayer plays much better. It's weird, much better on at home than he does on the road. 3-0 at home, 0-4 on the road. His completion percentage is very close, within a few points.
Last year with the Argonauts, 36 tackles, 10
He's
sacks.
Looking to continue his hot play here at home.
Snap it back to Mayer.
Coming back, here's a long pass. Mayer going way deep again. Intercepted, no, it's going to drop.
To get away from that one is Clark Barnes. Was
Jonathan Nice, did you buy any? And how much were they?
Just a little bit underthrown. I thought Barnes got behind the Benji Franklin. And
I did buy a couple from my local hobby store.
To put it out right out in front of him. It's okay sometimes to leave it a little short so the receiver can go up and get it, but a little bit too short. And almost
an interception for the Argos.
Tries to high point it, just can't get the ball down.
Barnes has so much range.
Yeah,
6'1",
that's
200,
about
long legs, long arms that you can see him actually slowing down and realizing I don't.
So you're probably about what 45 after tax, something like that.
10, flip it out this time to Peyton Logan.
Here's a pass down behind the line of scrimmage, able to pick up a couple.
The hard part of this Toronto Argonauts defense, they can rush the passer with 4 people.
Yeah, when you consider right the hobby boxes are still
else in zone. They give up a lot of completion
about 200.
Completion
I think for extended,
too.
maybe they're a little less now.
It's 2nd and 10. We're going to
Hey, Curtis, welcome in.
Get you off the field. So you got to be.
Yeah, Jonathan. Usually, extended series is not good. This year, however, an extended series, they do have the Connor Bedard canvas, which is nice. Stamp's going to punt this one away. Argos receive at the 10. They're going to run this up.
It'll be a gain of 10
and taken
on
down.
The return. And we sit currently with the Stamps. And the
Here we go. Going to be the Argos coming back out on the field after this commercial break. They are looking to turn this one around. You know, the Argos kick returning has been solid. It really has been solid. Jarian Grant has been a man on a mission. What did he go, 2 games in a row or 3 games in a row with punt returns? I think it was 3. He was trying to get his 4th, which would have been a CFL record. That did not happen. But Grant has been really, really good on the returns. Of course, nothing much doing for him there. Cameron Duke's going to come out. Second set with the ball. See what he does. First time going 2 for 2. Rushed for about 10 yards. And, of course, had a nice little toss ahead, picking up a 9 there as well. So Dukes, we'll see what he can do. The defense for the Stampeders, you got to watch because they are going to be in and rushing. They are going to try and force this young quarterback to throw the ball before he is set and ready to go. So the Argos line is going to have to be ready and expecting that from this tough Stamps D.
Kadeem Carey, one of the fan favorites around these parts for a long time in red and white. With more, let's go down to Farhan Lalji.
Yeah, you saw that shot of Kadeem and Dave Dickinson hugging each other before the game. There was very little interaction between Carey and his former teammates coming into this. Usually a player will have some text conversations and phone calls, but he didn't want that. This is serious business for him. All of that said, it's just not in Carey's nature to come back with a vengeful attitude. He doesn't want to get revenge on his former team. He wants to play the game in the most joyful possible way. And that's one of the things that always really stuck out to Dickinson when he coached him. He says, I don't know that I've ever been around a player that's as grateful to play football as Kadeem Carey, regardless of the situation, regardless of where it is. He just loves this game. So he says, you're going to see a lot from me in the game, a lot of talking, a lot of cheering, a lot of celebration, a lot of hype, but it's not going to be anger. I'm just happy to be back here.
Hey, Hayden will welcome in, and here it is. Dukes, he's going to hand it off. Carey going to rush it up a couple of yards. And as Farhan Lalji was saying, Kadeem Carey, when you hear him in an interview, he is happy to be playing this game. Very much the way Pinball Clemens used to be. Happy-go-lucky, always smiling, having a good time, enjoying the game of football, and it shows. Kadeem Carey was so popular in Calgary. He's really becoming a quick fan favorite here in Toronto. And you can just tell he loves this ball. He's willing to put his body on the line. Second and 7 for the Argos. Still on their own side of the field. Dukes again, he's going to run. He's caught, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss. And the Argos are going to have to kick this one away.
You can pressure
Hayden, right off the gun, the Argos, in the initial kickoff, kicked it through the end zone, so they picked up the single point for doing so.
Which still puts you on a one-on-one situation.
One of the ways the CFL is different from the NFL, able to pick up the single points when the kick goes through the end zone.
You don't outrun the quarterback, so good move back inside by Vodders.
Here comes Haggerty. Let's see what he can do this time.
Last week for Dukes before he was pulled for Nick Arbuckle.
Another big kick. This is going to drop about the 35. Stamps with it. They got some daylight running through, getting some blocks, coming up to midfield, and just a couple of yards over. So a nice little run back here for the Stampeders, setting themselves up in good position.
And watch him catch it above his head. That's normally not how you do it.
Chemicals coming in
but really nice
with a nice run here.
He's going to have to do a little bit of double duty.
23 yards to get just over midfield. Going to give the Stamps some decent field position. The way they've been throwing the ball, going deep across the middle.
I talked last week, and they said he hasn't dropped a pass at all, Marshall. What did he do? Dropped 2 last week against Ottawa. It's my fault.
Mayor already at 51 yards throwing.
That's how it works, man.
We got 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. They're back, going to go deep again. This time is it intercepted? No. Again, McFadden, he went up. He had his hands on it. Just couldn't haul it in as the Stampeder receiver trying to pull that down as well. 2 very close interceptions. Stamps may want to rethink this going deep.
Take some good protection and shots downfield. McFadden's underneath it. Jake's got to see that so he prevents that throw being interception. But this is where this team has struggled. They're the second worst in the Canadian Football League of converting on 2nd and long.
There with 5 receivers at his disposal.
Mayor's back. He's looking. He's got room, but it closes on him quickly. He's taken down, but he still gets the throw off to the lineman. Gonna bowl over the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play.
For good reason.
Yeah, welcome back to the roster this week, Demery. We're going to throw
Demery finds himself with the ball in his hands, and he just puts the head down and runs to try and pick up something.
Usually when you tell that to an offensive lineman, hey, welcome back, we're going to dial one up for you this week. They get giddy.
They all want the ball, right? They all say, hey, coach, put me in. We'll do a little.
Let's see what the flag is going to be.
Jersey on, and you can throw me a ball.
We have a legal forward pass. Calgary, number 60. The penalty is declined. It's going to be 3rd down.
There you go. A legal forward pass declined. They're going to be forced to punt this away.
Look at this guy.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, you just see the color of your uniform, right? You think that's got to be a running back. Nope.
And maybe some of the defense guys, let's not tackle him. Let's not. Let's just let him run.
Not sure how many 6'5", 323-pound running backs that Jake Harris has in his career,
off from about their own 50.
It is a large target, but not what he could throw to. So, Janarian Grant will catch
Grant's
this just
grab this at about the 18, and he's going to be taken out just over the 22. This should be a no yards flag.
After a 33-yard
Real deal, what's going on? Welcome in. That's right, that's CFL. Hope you're doing well, Real Deal. Good to see you. Again, welcome in everybody if you're just joining us. We are working our way through the end of the first quarter in Calgary. Toronto with a astonishing, crushing 1-0 lead. We went to a football game and a hockey score broke out, and that's the way it is. Of course, the Argos putting one through the end zone, able to get that single point on the board. Stampeders, though, definitely taking more chances early on in this game. Jake Maier going 4 for 6, 54 yards, his longest 24. Cameron Duke so far is 2 for 2, only with 10 yards. Of course, it really is the running game. So far, they've been twice handing it over to Kadeem Carey, trying to put him to do some. Can Calgary come back from this? I don't know. This is a devastating deficit to overcome. Can the Stampeders find a way? You know, Real Deal, if it was the Elks, I'd say the Argos have a pretty good chance with the 1-point lead. But this is what we love about Canadian Football League football, how it is so different from the NFL. These single points, even though it is a single point, can really mess with your scoring when you factor in the 3-point field goals and the 7 points on the TDs. There's a lot that can factor in, and sometimes if you find yourself down, that single point could force Calgary at some point to have to go for 2 after converting a major, after scoring a major. So it could force them to have to go for 2 at some point during the game.
To the Calgary Stampeders and the Stamps
Calgary
Foundation,
Stampeders doing a good job raising money for Jasper Relief. Of course, Jasper had those terrible fires, and so they're trying to raise some money for them. So a nice job by the Stampeders. Lucas, hello there, welcome in. Ryan, what's going on? CFL playoffs? Oh, not for a while.
Won't solve what's happened with the wildfire, but certainly
end of October, I believe. Here's a nice pass out to the sideline. It's going to pick up about 8.
As Polk makes the grab up to the 40-yard line, just shy of the first down marker, about 2 yards short.
They'll play a couple regular season games through October, and then playoffs usually end of October, beginning of November. I'd have to look. Kind of though, that's the time period we see every year.
They brought 7 rushers. What are they doing?
But I haven't actually looked that far ahead in the calendar.
That's why extra players come to the line of scrimmage.
I think at 1 point. So in CFL. If you put a kick through the end zone, you get a point. The Argos going to rush this one over the line. First down, Toronto.
Second and medium. It's obvious that Carey.
So Ryan, if you kick it through the end zone, or if it's a field goal that goes wide and it's received, caught in the end zone, but the rusher doesn't rush it out, you can pick up the single point. Little Sam, what's going on? How can I stream this? Well, I am watching it on TSN here in Ontario, so that's how I'm catching it.
One of the best matchups in this ball game.
Is Hamilton
Toronto
turned the corner
on the ground per carry.
We'll talk about Hamilton in a moment. Bronx, what's going on? Welcome in. Duke's back with it. Duke's taking a look. He's got lots of time. Too much time. Dukes doesn't know what to do with it. Now he's going to get taken down and run. Dukes had all day. He could have set up a picnic, dipped some strawberries and chocolate, and he had a lot of time, and he ends up getting taken down. Cannot get the toss away. And now back about Hamilton. Hamilton, they are 2-6. 2-6 on the year, so they're not having a good year. But hey, they are trying to turn that corner. The Ticats can certainly do it.
Out of your hands.
Got it. Interesting. Yeah, Ryan. There's a few differences. Thank you, Bronx.
or find some
Respect
type of
to you as well. Thank you for tuning in.
Makes the play there on Dukes.
Here's Dukes again. He's looking again. Now he's going way Duke. Dukes has got an arm and coverage. What a catch! What a catch! Holy cow, the Argos with a long bomb, bringing it in. Great catch there. Jay, what's going on? Welcome in.
Climbs the pocket, throws.
You know where to watch. Oh, yeah. TSN is the only spot I know of here in Canada.
Is Reed's trying to get over there. He's the high
But what a
player.
great
He's the
catch.
zone
Kevin,
player
what's
that's gonna
going
get
on?
to that
Welcome
spot,
in.
But the throw is so good on the outside shoulder.
A big haul down.
Goes for 48
That's to the Calgary 16 Dukes. Now he's going to try and go cross field, but that drops incomplete. So if you're not familiar with the Canadian game, a couple extra tips. There are a couple extra things. Not only do we give those single points, there's only 3 downs instead of 4 downs. So you got 3 downs to go same 10 yards. The field is a little bit longer, and it's a little bit wider, and the balls are thicker. So those are the major differences between the NFL and the CFL games. Oh, thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. Tell your friends. Here's Dukes again, dropping back, 2nd and 10. He's running. Dukes across the 20, across the 10. Dukes going to slide in. Going to get touched at about the 6
line, it looks like. And the 3rd down marker is out as Justin Sambu just had the sack, checks back into the ballgame, and Dinwiddie already
3rd down for the Argos. Are they going to go for this for the major? Are they going to chip shot it for the 3, get the field
Make sure
goal?
your rush lanes do not give up an opportunity.
Of course, we talked about it a little earlier. Dukes, in that decision-making, struggles a little bit at times when he can't hit that primary target. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 looks like the Argos are going to go for it.
The Argonauts, they haven't had very many reps down here as of late.
Against Winnipeg, they did not get past the Winnipeg 30-yard line last week. Their offense really sputtered. But here they go. They got to pick up 1 yard here. And that's going to be offside Calgary. Flag on the play. This should move them up. It should be 1st down Argos.
Yell terms, say something, get some type of movement from Calgary. Especially with
offside, Calgary, number 73. We're going to go past the distance, but it's going to be 1st down for Toronto.
1st down Argos. So 1st and goal. Lucas, that's awesome. I just saw it. Congratulations in 1st place.
Second guy from the top right there. And you got a bunch of guys in bunch.
So a little twitch and a jump is enough to get the call for the offside.
Over there. They're telling you, hey, we're
the 105 left. Toronto 1st and goal from the Calgary 4.
You got to hold your water. Watch the ball be moved.
Devin Mittal is in the ball game. The
Dukes is back. Of course, one of the other difference between the NFL and the CFL, the uprights are at the front. Dukes fakes the throw. He's got field. He's running it in. Cameron Dukes with the major.
This is what you've seen from Cameron Dukes. He's got the ability to just stay on the field, whether it's using his legs to get 8
Argos with the touchdown.
Here, there's a free rusher.
There you go. Dukesy finds a way to get it done.
And then gets the opportunity to get this touchdown.
Fakes the throw, running it in himself.
Touchdown of the season.
Dallas, how's it going? Welcome in.
All the way wanted it. Kadeem was even saying, hey, man.
So again, just to finish that last thought, the uprights are about a yard or 2 in from the goal line. So a lot of the time in the Canadian Football League, if you're not paying attention, you're cutting across the middle. Guys have got hurt running into the uprights. The extra point is up.
As the extra point
and it is good. So a nice set of downs here by the Argonauts. The Duke with a long bomb, 46-yard toss.
Watch him where he comes
to set up Toronto for that strike in the Calgary side. He now goes 4 for 5 with 64 yards.
Reading the linebacker, not
Cameron Dukes has got an arm, and if he can find a man breaking, he will launch it.
Didn't have a great throw, so what's he do?
One of the things he needs to focus on is that secondary target. If the primary isn't there, he needs to settle himself down and look for that second target a little quicker. That is where he seems to fall into a little bit of trouble.
Alongside Dukes as they talk over the drive.
But a nice set of downs here for the Argos. They take an 8-0 lead.
Offensive touchdown, something they didn't do last week either. 15 possessions against the Bombers. They won anyway, defied probability by doing that. Since 2019, 70 teams have been held without an offensive touchdown. only
Cameron
9
Dukes.
of those 70 went on to win.
And of
So
course,
Toronto
that is
doing it
set
the
up
tough
by
way last
using
week,
Kadeem
and
Carey
here
running
tonight
it,
in
right?
Calgary,
You got to
they
establish
get their
that
first
pattern
major
and then
on-the-door
change it up.
results. You
A
called it
long
up,
kick,
trying to
Calgary
catch it
drops
overhand,
it. They're going to pick it up at the
bounces off
5,
his chest, and
running down the
he'll go collect
sideline,
it.
cutting
Crosses the
towards the
20-yard
middle,
line.
and hit hard.
The beauty for Toronto.
And about the
good
21, the
defense. We've got
bucket
one of the best
popping off
returners
the
in the last 5
Calgary
years in the
receiver
game,
there.
and making sure that what do they do? They do a good job of running the football. You do those 3 things.
So Eccles again, he's going to run it back 18 yards, but he gets popped pretty good.
And for Calgary here,
Chad
Calgary's
Kelly
gotta make
is
sure that they can
not
put
back
themselves
yet,
in
Ryan.
second
He
short
did
positions.
have, I believe it was a
This team
9-game
is great at second
suspension,
and
so
medium converting.
I
They're
believe
great
he
at
will
second
be
and
eligible
short.
to
Like I
return
said,
next
just not
week
very good when you're in a long yardage situation.
for the
And you
Argos
just don't
next
wanna go
game.
against this front.
I'd have
You
to
just
double
don't wanna
check, but
spend
I'm
time
pretty
in
sure it
passing
was 9
situations against this
games
group.
he was
Jake
out for.
Ceresna
This
digs in
being
against
week
the
9,
waiting
although the
eyes of
Argos
Jake
did
Mayer.
have a bye week. So
Mayer
this
takes the
actually
toss,
being their 8th
backside,
game.
Clark Barnes,
Oh, it's an
incomplete.
incomplete pass here
As
by
that was an
Calgary.
adventure
So he
from the
might have to wait
get-go.
one more week.
Priester with a pressure
Yeah,
on the
unfortunate
outside,
situation
too. This
for
could have
Chad
been a really
Kelly.
big play as
The
his strong
Argos
side
would love to
linebacker
have him in. Chad
blitzed
Kelly
off the
showed
perimeter,
some
off the
real
edge.
good
That
stuff.
gives
He's
you
going to be a really
huge
good
area
player.
for that screen pass. You don't have to block Priester once he's
But
rushing
they're
the
trying to
quarterback.
break in Cameron Dukes, and of
They're
course
going to have that
Arbuckle.
one back. So I think
They're
they were going to
backing
be
up
right
right
all
now.
the way up to Royce Mechie.
Yeah, I forgot the Argos had a
The old
bye week.
fadeaway toss
kinda
that time
real
from Jake
early
Mayer as
here
he
in
was
the season.
backpedaling out of it to try and get away.
Yeah, hitting the
from the
Stamps
pressure
logo is
coming
pretty cool.
Off the edge by Priester. Last play of the quarter, barring penalty.
Here we go. The snap,
Mayer looks
Calgary,
underneath.
last play of the
Reggie
quarter,
Begelton is
over the top,
open.
going to dive for the first
Takes a
down.
helmet to the side,
And they
but
should be in,
stands
taking
up and
a head-on-head,
makes another play.
helmet-on-helmet
A strong
collision there.
first quarter for Reggie
But
Begelton as he continues.
He
his
gets
catch
that
streak.
first down, and as the first quarter comes to an end, it's an 8-0 lead for the Toronto Argos. Very nice first quarter. All in all, when we break it down, your first quarter stats: Cameron Dukes 4 for 5, 64 yards passing, his longest 46. Jake Mayer 5 for 8, 64 yards, his longest 24. On the rushing side, Dukes rushing for 21 yards. Oh, they just took a couple away. 19 yards, 3 carries. Kadeem Carey himself, 3 carries for 12 yards. For the Stampeders, Logan, 1 carry, 5 yards. Stevens, 1 carry for 3 yards. The receiving core, Coxey, 1 reception, 48 yards. Unger, he goes 1 reception, 9 yards. Polk, 1 reception, 8 yards. And McMahon, 1 reception for 1 yard. For the Stampeders, Begelton, 3 receptions, 57 yards. Of course, that 24-yard long was beauty. Logan, 1 for 4 yards. And then Demery, 1 for 3. And then that's where the illegal call was made. On the kicking side, no field goal attempts just yet. Haggerty, though, 2 punts, averaging 100 or picking up 117 yards. 62 yards was his longest. Grace, 2 punts, 87 yards. 54 was his longest. Eccles, 1 return for 18 yards on a kick return. 2 punt returns for 37 yards. Grant, 1 return, only picking up 10 yards. So that's how it is going to break down for the first quarter stats. And boy, oh boy, it was certainly an absolute doozy. Good start here. Good start here. That's right. The 100-yard rouge to start the game by Hilarahu. But it was a good way to start. A very good way to start. So let's get this going as they're just coming back.
More throws early on. You're right. The difference in the game so far is Reggie Begelton. They're in scoring position. They get that unfortunate fumble, but Peyton Logan has to be somebody who's part of this process for them, so they're not stuck in those second and long situations.
Tommy Stevens is in, the third-string quarterback.
Ryan, I'm not
specialist
familiar
for 6'5",
with
241. They'll look to take his 22nd
Oh, for the Hamilton Tiger
carry
Cats
of the season.
Gotcha. For the Tiger Cats. So Hamilton is struggling. Hamilton only 2 wins so far this season. They're definitely struggling here, and he didn't get the first down at the end of the first. Was a yard short, so they're just going to pummel this one in and pick up the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Stampeders now. Couple ticks off this clock.
And
so yeah, sorry,
outside
recognize the name
Here
at
you're
first,
gonna
but
see
yeah,
an off-tackle one.
signed
What
with the
does that mean?
Ticats.
It's right
Ticats
behind
looking
the
to
tackle.
improve, and
He goes right there.
they need a
Great
lot of
surge
help.
by the offensive
Ticats
line.
need
You stay
a lot
low, you
of help.
follow your offensive lineman.
And thank you for
sometimes
being here. If
those
you're just
off
popping in,
tackles,
welcome to
why?
the show.
'Cause
Make sure
the
you
big
do
guys are in the
kindly
middle.
hit
You don't wanna
that
go to
thumbs
those
up
big
for
dudes.
us. It certainly helps
17
us
of
out.
17 the
If
Stamps
you like
are
our
now
style
in
of coverage,
third
make sure
and
you
short on the
subscribe.
season. Stevens
Here's
a
the
big
snap,
part of that as
handoff.
they'll
Calgary
go
going to
with
run
the
this
ground
one up
game
the
we
middle,
just
picking
spoke
up about 4.
And Logan leans his way forward for the gain of a couple, as Logan trying to figure out exactly how to contribute to this offense as the starting running back.
Yeah, and his ability, he's great in space. I know he's only 5'9", but he can make you miss in a phone booth. They just got to find some opportunities.
Oh, they're related. I didn't
Give him
realize.
a swing screen, some things, not just running it up inside. But hey, they're second and medium here. One of the best teams in the Canadian Football League at converting this down in distance.
Miami's going to have an interesting year this
the
year.
Argonauts
That's
do
for sure.
defensively as they line up with a
Here are
base
the
4-man
Stamps.
rush. They'll send it. Mayer
2nd and 6, going to toss this.
Rips
Good
it out.
arm.
Tucker makes the grab. Big tackle.
Now that's going to be real close. A big tackle. The question is,
Calgary, but
where the forward progress was stopped, did he cross the first down line?
First down marker. We'll see where they end up spotting it. But Dave Dickinson already down to
That's
the call
going to
sheet
be
and
real
sending in
important
more
here.
reinforcements.
Jake Mayer talked about, I want to be better. What are you better at
nice
this year?
hit coming
he talked
over.
about, I want to be better at getting through my reads as fast as possible, getting my eyes
Yoster,
right, and
what's
get my
going
back
on?
foot
I'm
aligned
trying to
to my
see the
target
stats
so
so
I can
bad.
throw the ball.
I
That
know
ball
they're a
came
little
out real
small.
quickly
They're a
into
little
the soft
small.
area of the zone.
Stevens back in with the
So
short
3rd and
yardage
inches.
team.
There's the sneak.
on
That's going to
3rd
be
and
over
inches.
for sure. So it's
He
going to be a
can make
first
18
down,
of
Calgary.
18. Jake Mayer with another fresh set of downs.
For Maryland. Nice.
84 carries, 619 rushing yards over his career, 25 catches, but really nice touchdown. I just love his ability. Every time I watched him, he could create and make some explosive plays as long as he had a little bit of space. And that's what's got to happen tonight for him. Try to create opportunities where they motion him out of the backfield, give him space opportunities.
We'll run Jalen
Here's
Philpott
the
cross
snap.
face.
Again, they're going to run in the backfield, cutting across. First down and more. Nice side tackle.
Just down inside the 50 in the old
Calgary
cross-face running game with Jalen
getting the
Philpott
legs
makes an
going,
appearance.
picking up another first down.
This is how you protect your core runs. What do? You bring a receiver across the formation.
And I
You
like
have
what they're
lead
doing. They
blockers,
threw the ball
and
a
this
lot
is
in the
a
first
speed
quarter.
sweep.
Now they're
Watch,
switching it
everybody's
up.
going.
They're going
You're
to the
pinning,
turf,
you're blocking
getting
down
that
with one
running
player,
game
and you're trying to
going.
get around the
Philpott,
edge.
15 yards.
Sopic's here, dropping
For
in
his
coverage,
first carry of the
running
game.
down. I love this kid. He runs
Mixing
and
it up,
makes
and what
tackles.
happens when
Great
you
special
start
teams
getting some
player,
big
doing a
runs
great
like
job as a
that,
linebacker this year.
it opens it up
Receivers to the
for
left
some
of Mary. He
downfield
goes
passing.
right.
And here they go
Big
across the
collision.
middle.
Metier was right there waiting
Eccles
for
trying to
him
grab
as
it for the
Benji
first
Franklin
down. Can't
with
come up
man-to-man
with it. The
coverage,
Argos
and they read the eyes
with a nice
trying to go to
play.
that isolated matchup, Lapo.
Yeah, Benji Franklin makes a great play on this ball. And again, I
Oh,
believe
yeah, Ryan.
this is
Jim
once
Kelly was
again
something
their
else.
ability to, hey, we're
Jim
gonna call
Kelly
a
was
run,
incredible.
But if we get a free player on the outside, if we get, what does that
He
mean?
will
a
continue to
one-on-one
look good.
matchup?
Chad
Yeah,
Kelly
you
will
go ahead,
certainly
quarterback, try to take
continue
that
to look good
one-on-one
once he gets
matchup.
back
But
in there.
Benji Franklin, great play.
Talk
on
about
the
an arm.
football.
Boy, can he throw.
Oh, God. Interception already this
So
season.
second and 10. Let's see what Calgary does here.
Crowd quiet here and slow developing at the line of scrimmage. Look like some confusion.
Timeout.
So the Stampeders will call a timeout.
Timeout called by Calgary with
Dave
1
Dickinson,
second
Lapo,
left
said he
on
had
the
a couple
clock.
of things he was really focused on coming into tonight's game. He wanted to try and attack against the Argonauts.
Yeah, talking to him this week, 3 things. I want to make sure we get opportunities to take more shots downfield was one. Number 2, how do we create takeaways defensively? We're second to last in CFL on takeaways. How do we get more takeaways? And the third thing, protect the quarterback.
Yes.
And obviously that's something that they have to continue to do this game. But that's the hard part. How do you take
Dave
shots
Dickinson
downfield?
was one of the
And
great
how do you-
quarterbacks
all right, if you put yourself
in the
second
Canadian
and long,
Football League of
right,
all
you gotta throw
time.
it again.
Super
so
exciting
that's
to
the
play.
hard, the chess match
He
that
brings
goes on
a
first
lot
and 10 when you're
of
trying to take a
knowledge
shot. Because the
here
shots
to
on second
Calgary.
and long, they're just not
You
going to
can
be
kind
there
of
as
see
much
the
as
way
they are
Mayer
on
is
first and 10.
playing.
Yep, absolutely. Defense
Channeling
back
his
a
inner
little bit
Dickinson.
more, makes life difficult as they'll bounce Peyton
Second
Logan
and 10.
out.
Let's see what they do coming
Empty
out of the
3-by-3
timeout.
for Mayer. He rips
Gonna
it.
unload.
Cole Tucker makes the
Picking up
grab
5
at the
and a nice
44-yard
takedown here.
line.
So it's going to be
And they'll
third
be
and
shy of the
5.
first down marker, and Rene Paredes
They're gonna
makes
have
his
to
way
kick this one
onto
away.
the field as the ageless one, 19 of 19 this year.
Again, this is what Toronto's going to do all game. Put you in second and long, drop everybody out. They'll give that completion all day. force you in a tough situation where you can't get.
That's
the
one thing the
conversion.
Argos have
But
done a lot,
these
just
are
as they were
important
saying.
yards
They'll give
they
you
just
that
got here
4 or
it helps
5 yard
Rene
pass.
Paredes
They'll
on this
give it
kick.
to you
Helps
because they know they
them
can
get
stop
these
it.
3 points.
Current streak of 21 consecutive field goals made for Rene Paredes in his career percentage.
So they're going to go for the field goal.
That's number
It's a
3
51-yard
all-time
attempt.
in the Canadian Football
3rd and
League.
5,
This one
51-yard
from
attempt.
51
It's
Let's
up,
go!
away. It's got
and that's
plenty
going to
of
curl
leg.
through, and it's going to be
Drifting
good.
behind him, and Paredes crashes
51-yard
in
field
as he
goal. Thank
crosses
you
the
so much,
2200
George, for hitting that.
career point
Subscribe.
mark. And the Stamps fans
Welcome
love it.
to the channel. Welcome to the community. So a field goal here for the Stampeders is going to make it 8-3. And this is where we talked about that single point from early on, that single point where it could come in and play a little havoc. Should the Argos not score on their next drive and Calgary go down and score, you know, it all of a sudden is going to start throwing. You're not going even numbers, right? That one throws it off. So somewhere, somebody is going to have to go for 2. They're at commercial break. Nice start. Good job for Calgary to get on the board. Calgary, if you missed it off the top, Calgary has a perfect record at home this season, 3-0. The Argos are trying to put an end to that. Calgary did get walloped big time in their last outing, so they are trying to bounce back. Calgary sitting 3rd place in the Western Conference. They are 3-4, 6 points sitting behind BC and Saskatchewan, who are tied at the top with 10. Toronto sitting 3rd in the East. They are 4-3 with 8 points, just 2 behind Ottawa. Ottawa, who to me is a surprise this year, coming out of the gate 5-2. Hamilton, of course, as I mentioned, sitting at the bottom 2-6. They need to find a way to get things done. They had a big loss just the other day to Montreal, 33-16. Ouch. That's a big loss for Hamilton. But hey, this is what the CFL is all about. Because there's only so few teams in each division, anything can happen. As long as you keep it close, you can make something happen. Mark, how's it going? Welcome in. Ian, how's it going? Good to see you both. Welcome to the show.
Game of the week so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Like it was, no doubt.
Duke's going to fake the
Cam
handoff.
Dukes
He's going to roll, throw
rips
this
that one to
up to the 50.
49-yard line.
Forward possession is going to be stopped, so it's going to be, I think, a yard short
here
for the first down.
Been up and down on the roster, the injured list, all the rest, but good to see him
We'll
back in
see
uniform.
where they spot this.
Yeah, David, Pete Costanza talking to his receiver coach this
Go
week. He had
Elks,
the best
go.
quote I've listened to talking
The
about
Elks,
the coaches. He's
my
like,
friend,
I'm not sure
need
which
some
David
help,
shows
much
up.
like
David
Hamilton.
Ungerer or
1-7
David
on the
Angerer?
season.
And when he's Angerer,
But I
like
do
how he
like
plays
their
when he's
logo.
angry.
It is sharp.
Really
It is
good,
very
talented
sharp.
football player.
Rips around on special
Andrew,
teams. drafted
hello,
by the
welcome in.
Ticats back in 2019.
Here we go.
11th
Short
overall.
yardage play here.
As now the
2nd
short
and 1.
yardage
Dukes
package for the
going to go
Argonauts.
wide,
They'll
run
keep
this one
Cam
in and
Dukes
over.
in.
So first down,
Plunges his
Argos.
way forward for the first down.
You're always looking on these second down. You're always looking on these second down. 2nd and 1. Hey, is there a free safety? Can I maybe take a shot? That's some of the things you always.
One of the
like to
things
look
we've
for,
seen a lot of,
'cause you
especially in
should
this
convert
game, is
this
when there are those
99%
short
of the
yardage,
time. Why not take
kind
a
of
shot on
second and one,
if you see
3rd and
no
inches.
free safety in the middle of
They're
the
not
field.
just
For
running
5
it
for
way
6, 75
right
yards,
away.
doing
The
what they've
quarterback's
done
kind
with
of
him all year
delaying,
long.
and then they're kind of
High
curling to the
percentage
side and
passes,
crossing. It's
run
worked
the
each
football,
time so
have
far
run
here
pass
today.
options for him. Read the end.
So Duke's back in the helmet. Toronto 51
Left
offside
side of that Argonauts
right at the
offensive
snap.
line.
Is it going to be
Jumping down
offside
the
or
field
procedure?
before the ball came up.
And not where they love
Who
to
jumped
live.
first?
Toronto 59. The
First and
5-yard
extra.
penalty. Still first down.
So first down,
that's-
Toronto, but they're
Now
going
you
to
gotta
move
go to
back
more your
5
pass
yards.
game, what package you got.
Allen
Here you
kind of
wanna get at
jumped
least
the
half of
line.
this back. You got to get it to at least 2nd and 10, Marshall. You don't want to be
So
stuck
first
in
and
2nd
15 now
'cause
for Toronto.
The odds of converting this aren't very good. There aren't many plays on the playbook. 2nd and 15 or 20. Maybe the onside
Procedure
punt.
call
Yes,
on
there
Allen.
you
Toronto's
go.
going to watch
See if
those
they can
penalties.
hack away if
Take
it's
a
down
few
in
of
distance
those.
As they reset the play clock for Cam Dukes. He holds on strong to the starting quarterback job in Toronto. Ben
The
Major
official having a conversation there with
talks him
Dukes.
through it. They'll whistle it in. And back to live action. Inside 9 minutes remaining in the first half. 8-3
Here's the snap.
advantage
Dukes
for
back.
Toronto.
He's looking. Look out. The pocket closes on him. Dukes wasn't aware. Didn't see it coming. He gets wrapped up.
Never really went down, but Mike
Oh
Rose
my
appears
goodness.
to be at the, well, I want to say the bottom of the pile. There was no pile.
Burns, how's it going?
Mike
Welcome on
Rose
any
just
carry to
standing
get
him up.
40 rushing yards.
Yeah, watch the. You always talk about
I
width and
don't
depth of the
think
pocket.
that
It looks
will
like
be
the depth
an
of the
issue.
pocket over here is what happens. And you get Hicks starts to get in there, and then they
He
get
is usually
around
in
Rose
under.
in there, Coatney in
I
there.
see. You got to keep it under 56.5.
Feels like
Good pressure here.
One on film maybe where Julian Hauser and Hicks go, hey, you got credit for it, but
Blue Jays
Mike
lost
Rose-
the Yankee.
Mike Rose is a
Yeah,
talented
Dallas.
football player. God,
Those
he's-
Blue
he's
Jays,
been
I've
the
given
leader
up.
of his defense all year. They talked about.
Here's the snap. Going to throw back to the line of scrimmage.
Calgary is now you're
Going to run this one, wrapped
down
up,
the distance
and I
to
think
go to
that's
Deontay
Carey.
McMahon
Going to
on
be.
a
Nope. Who
little
is that?
swing
Turnaround.
screen out towards the sideline. And McMahon gets one of his first
McMahon
touches.
grabs the
of the ball
catch. He
Yeah,
gets
you see
taken
here
down.
Cameron Judge. So now when you get into this down and
So third and
distance, you're like,
14.
look at Cameron Judge. He's so deep.
Not
He's
good
just
long
dropping
yardage
back.
plays.
They're
The
just saying,
first
hey,
one,
we know you're going to throw
Dukes
underneath
didn't
because
see
you're
the
not gonna
pocket
take a
collapsing
shot
around
because
him.
these shots are going to turn
the
into
second one, a short
interceptions.
yardage
So
pass,
again,
not giving them
sometimes
much
I'm
chance to
wondering
recover
why no other team in the
from that
Canadian
first
Football
and
League has
15.
done an onside punt. I don't know
I'm
if this is the
becoming a
yardage,
Cubs
but
fan.
no other team in the CFL besides Montreal.
And the old dribble kick. Alouettes pulling it off once
Well, they're
again
letting
this
this
year
clock
after a
run
couple of
down.
successful attempts last year.
Now here's the snap.
The Argonauts
A
with
nice
full
kick
punt.
yet
Beautiful
again.
boot once again
All the
from
way down to the
Haggerty.
5-yard line. Now Calgary on the move. Going to cut towards the sideline. Nowhere to go. And they're going to dance
Haggerty
out of
continues
bounds.
his exceptional season.
Haggerty has been a monster. 58 yards. He can kick. Haggerty making it exciting. Whenever the Argos put Haggerty in to kick one away, you better stand back because he's going to launch it, which is great, great, great to see. Not a good set of downs there for Dukes and the Argos. Let's see what Mayer and the Stamps can do, as they did score a field goal on their last set of downs. Trying to bring this one close. A touchdown puts them in the lead. Another field goal makes it close. 7 minutes to go here in the first half, and it has been a real exciting game. The Argos jumping out early with that 1-0 lead, and then scoring the major, and of course that field goal, the last possession at Calgary. Not a ton of scoring, but a little bit, just a little bit. Both these teams need this win. Thank you so much for hitting the likes, by the way. We really appreciate it. It helps the stream. It helps tell YouTube, hey, this is a pretty good stream. So if you haven't already hit that like, thank you for giving it a click. And again, if you're watching us on replay, you're just scrolling through, checking out bits and pieces of the game, thank you for checking us out. You can help us out by subscribing, but also telling your friends, family, colleagues all about our channel and what we do. We are from the Toronto area. We love our Toronto sports teams, the Argos, the Raptors, the Maple Leafs. Sad to say, even the Blue Jays, they're letting us down this year. We love our Toronto sports. We love our Canadian sports, and we try to bring you as much as we can. We are getting pumped up for a big hockey season this year. It's going to be a ton of fun. You're going to see a lot of us. So we are excited. If you're a hockey fan, make sure to subscribe and pay attention for when our hockey coverage begins. If you want to see how we do our hockey coverage, you can go back, check out our playlist from last year. We did 222 hockey streams last year. 222. That's crazy. Regular season and playoffs combined. All right, they're back in action. Let's see what Calgary's going to have in store for the Argos on this set of downs.
And he was
Kicking it off from their 17, and flags flying everywhere.
Eventually, when Jake wound up getting drafted,
The Argos are
his mom Lori
pointing
and the family was
to
invited
McCann.
to his draft party, and they
And it is going to be on Calgary, so they're going to move
Jake
back
right away.
5
Lori was
yards.
right there. They wound up calling him, making
Just
sure
about
they
to
got
ask
to know each other really well. He's
from
been giving him advice
Baltimore.
ever since. He called Pat Delmonico right away and said, "Look, I know
Baltimore
this guy.
in Baltimore,
He's a
and
good
yes,
kid. He's going to
Ravens."
work hard for you." So even though this was a
The
whole new
Baltimore
experience for them
was
playing
one of
together
the
for the
few
first time,
U.S.
feels like they've
cities
known each other
to
forever.
actually have
But
a
Jake said,
Canadian
"Look, he never
Football
stayed in my
League
room, so
team
that was okay."
for Heartbeat, and I
Eighth
believe was
overall
it
pick in the
Baltimore
draft
that
this year
actually
from Washington
won
State, just
the
dominated
Grey
at the
Cup in
combine
the
when we
year
were there
that they
in
had a
Winnipeg
team.
earlier this spring.
Going to bring this
As
back.
now-
Long pass across the middle. Interception, Argos. They're running it. Could this be a pick six? To the 20, the 10, and going to step out at about the 6-yard line. Big interception here.
Metier is the backside safety, and that's
Metier
what's hard
coming
for Jake Maier.
across.
He cannot see the backside
This
safety.
has
As
been
you'll
a
see him
problem
dropping back, he's going to be
for
looking
the
to his
Calgary
right,
Stampeders.
and he's gonna
Maier
end up throwing the ball a
going
little bit
deep,
too far
came
across
very
the
close
field, and the
to
backside
2
safety is there.
interceptions,
He
but this
doesn't have
one
vision to him.
clean
I'm not sure
as
if there was
day.
a receiver to
Metier
hold him, but it's
picking
just
this one up
sometimes
with a
when that ball
beauty
drifts
catch
too far
with those
across
receiver
the field
hands
to
and
the
with some
backside safety,
speed,
you gotta go
running it
somewhere
all
else
the
with
way
ball.
back
Metier,
down.
Great play.
First and
Nice
goal,
looking at the catch.
Argos.
Excellent play.
That's going to be his
pick
first
of the year.
interception
It's
of the
6th
year.
of the season for Jake Maier. He's usually pretty good about protecting the football, but that one was a home run for number 9 in double blue. Can the Argonauts cash in?
And the Calgary 6.
Cam Dukes.
Dukes
Looks to his right,
looking. Now
over
he's
the
going
middle.
up the middle.
Slices one
Touchdown,
into the end zone.
Argos.
Touchdown, Argonauts. And it's a former Calgary Stampeder, Richie Sindani, from the University of Calgary, drafted by the Stampeders.
The
in end zone
Argos
of
do
McMahon.
it again.
Nice throw here.
Dukes,
Right in the
and
middle
this
of the
time he did it
defense.
right. He
knows
was
where to go right
looking
now. There's still
left
zone coverage here,
for his
so you've
primary
got a lot of
target, or I
space. All
guess
you
to
have
his
do,
right.
ball right in the middle
Didn't
of the
see
field.
it,
Both
and then
linebackers
he
walk away.
spots
Great throw to
Sindani
Richie
just
Sindani.
under
You can
the
tell he's
uprights,
recognized
and
the
he
zone,
him
saw
over the
linebackers
goal
pop
line.
out.
Good
Right,
job.
really good
That's
by
what
Cameron
Dukes needs to see.
making
You
that
look at your
easy
primary
throw
target.
in the middle of the
There's
field.
no
Oh, you don't
play
love
there.
zone
Find
down
your
there
secondary
sometimes.
and throw.
It's tough on first down.
Here's the single. That's going to be
First
up, and
touchdown
it's
of the season
good.
after Metier got his first
15-3
interception of the season. Things looking up for the
Argos.
Argonauts here on the road, a place that Calgary has been.
Wow, Calgary normally dominating at home, and now it's the Argonauts turning this one around. 15-3 with 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. The Argonauts, Dukes with a nice toss. That's what you got to do. He's now 7 of 8, 88 yards, 1 TD. He has 1 rushing TD as well, rushing 22 yards. And a nice line for Sindani. 1 reception, 7 yards, and the touchdown. Of course, Coxey, 1 reception for 48. He's still leading all receivers in yardage. Kadeem Carey, 3 carries, only 12 yards, so they haven't really used him much here. There's our partner channel, the Bear Shark. Give it back to him a little bit. But for those that are new, if you're in the chat, just to let you know, you are earning points. Just by being here, hanging out, and chatting along. You can check your points at any time by doing ! points in the chat. And then there are some redeems that you can use. But those really save your points up for hockey season. So a nice way to get going for these Argos. Nice lead here, but Calgary, you can't count them out, especially at home. They can find a way to strike back in the way that Maier is throwing this ball. He's going deep a lot. And yes, it's led to an interception. Yes, it's led to a couple close calls. However, if he connects,
Touchdown was
it
set
makes
up
a big
by
difference.
Royce Metier and his interception. You'll see him here starting to work to the boundary, and then he just watches Jake Maier's eyes.
But this
He's a
defensive
half-field
play where the
player
Argos
right
did
now,
come up
and
with
then
the interception,
post
this
goes
was
too far to the
great
half-field
defensive
player. It's
coverage.
gotta stay a little bit more what I call skinny,
deep,
closer to the near safety.
looking,
And when
seeing
it goes
across
that
field,
far away,
recognizing
it's
where the
gonna be
ball was getting
interception. Great vision
thrown,
by him.
getting
Great
to that
disguise
open space
on
in front of the
interception
receiver.
versus a two-deep
Metier
shell
with a
coverage.
very
Spoiled by
good play to
talented
come up with
Canadian
that.
free safeties.
Absolutely.
In the
Now
CFL.
here's the
Mark-Antoine
kickoff.
Debois, Stavros Katsantonis, hopefully will
Calgary
be healthy
taking
soon,
it again
and
about the
Royce
7-yard
Metier
line,
out there in
the
East,
20,
getting
the
it
30,
done.
cutting
It's a big
towards the middle, the
return
40,
here.
still
Right
going,
up through
runs
the
into the
middle.
back of his own man and
Ishmael
taken down.
Hyman in his Stamps
Nice little
debut,
run back.
And they'll spot him up past the 40.
Hyman was somebody talking to Mark Killam, special teams coordinator at Stampeders, said, yeah, we're going to kind of roll a couple of these guys in to make
Yeah,
sure
Burns,
they can do
you know, I'll
something
be
that
honest,
doesn't
I'm
get some of them.
surprised
Trying
they
to make
haven't
sure
used him
they didn't
a whole
want to
lot.
put Peyton Logan in a position where you had to do too much, Marshall.
You know, Dukes
they
has
could've
been
used
throwing
him
the
in
ball.
return.
He's
They
been
said,
running
"No,
the
we're
ball.
just letting
Usually
him on his offense,
they
what he
give
needs to
Carey
do."
a lot of carries. Usually he's
Injured
got about
Argonaut down on the field as well.
10, 12 carries
as we close
in the
on
first
the
half
6-minute
alone.
mark
That
of
hasn't
this
been the
first
case
half.
here today. So obviously their game plan certainly switched up a little bit.
Get a number right now, but you see the Stampeders
Do have an injured
line
player
going to
down
work
on the field.
Over on the sideline is looks like Kerfala Exame, the former Montreal Caraband, is the
Exame down,
injured
looks
Argonaut.
like
He's
kinda holding his ankle a little bit.
Done a really good job for special teams.
They're gonna
coordinator,
help him
Mickey
up.
Donovan. speak so highly of him.
And he's okay, putting pressure on his foot. He's walking off on his own.
Fifth year in the CFL, first with the Argonauts. So
you do see a lot of those players now wearing the long hair, and it's becoming a bit of an issue. We've seen in a couple games now where going for tackles, the hair gets grabbed and they pull the hair back. Now the long hair is considered part of the uniform, so it's not a penalty, but it has sparked a lot of debate and a lot of conversation about the long hair flowing out of the back of the helmets.
Peyton Logan, the lone back.
Here's Calgary now on their own 43.
To his right. They'll throw it out.
Going to throw this behind the line of scrimmage, up across 5, about 7 yards.
1-yard line. And it'll be a gain of 8 on first down.
8 yards. Oh, I was close.
You see him working to his right, looking for what's downfield, but this is what he's going to see all night. This is fine. You're never going to go broke when you put money in the bank. Everybody lifts with the deep routes. You're going to throw the ball to a speed player in space and get 8 yards. Now put yourself in a manageable, very manageable.
They're 7 for 12 now. Got 5:18 left to go.
Number 30, the middle linebacker here today, John Jones, flying out, trying to add to his tackle
Second and 2,
tally.
another short yardage play.
They're
going to run this. Held up, they're not going to get across. It's going to bring around 3rd and 1.
Another former Stampeder, as we say so many times when these two play against each other. Tommy Stevens,
good job by the Argos
plunging
defense.
his way forward, but Jones, crazy to think he only has 4 tackles, 4 special teams tackles so far this season because he hasn't had much opportunity, but when he plays, he makes plays.
Yeah, he's got physicality, he can run to the football. Like watching his progression, watching him last season, I thought he was just a spectacular football player, and they just had so many good linebackers.
Let's see if they can do it again. Another short yardage play here, 3rd and 1.
You go
Argos trying to get a stop. Calgary
can get a
52-yard line.
This time they're going to goes to the left. Got that one easily.
Work it through and over. So first down, Stampeders.
Trying to dig himself out from the bottom.
They are trying to get down. They want to get one more score here before the half comes to an end.
What he's been able to accomplish
about
as a
4 minutes remaining.
So far this season.
That is an eternity.
5 interceptions.
It is an eternity here in the Canadian Football League.
Like this is a player that gets, what I love about him is he's got the ability to beat one-on-one.
Of course, they do have the ability to get that last play off when the clock is 0. They have a chance to get that last play
He's really got
off.
good speed as a pass rusher.
Here's the snap.
Flip it out this time.
Another close call on the block. Stampeders going to get up about 8 yards, 7 or 8, depending on the spot.
Trying to block for Clark Barnes, but
Like this
certainly
is going to be 7.
designing lots of touches for Barnes in his return to the lineup.
Yeah, you give him opportunities, just like you're trying to make sure, like you see the end there trying to make the tackle. Hey, if we get an advantage, if we get a numbers advantage or a space advantage, what does that mean? The coverage is too high? Just throw it out to one of our good receivers. We'll block for him and try to get us in a second. This is a good drive. Another 2nd and short situation for Calgary.
It's a grinding drive.
Second and short, trying to get
the
this
2nd and
one.
1 shot. You got 2nd and 1. Take a shot sooner or later.
Already crossed midfield. They'll still
There's
go
a snap.
for
They're
the
going to run this
first
one over
down
again.
yards to Stevens.
Another first down and more,
Should
picking up
be
about
a
4
1-yard
yards,
gain into a
4 yards
5-yard
there.
gain.
Just bowling his way
Continues to truck along with the perfect
So
mark
3
on
minutes.
3rd and short this season as we've hit the 3-minute warning. 15-3.
3-minute warning. They're going to take their commercial break. Players will get a moment to rest. Stampeders in the middle of a big drive here, trying to bring this one down now at the Toronto 47, trying to bring themselves within range to, at a minimum, pick up a field goal to close out this half, but would love to strike the end zone and make this a 15-10 game going into the second half. And the Argos playing much better football today. Definitely a different strategy. Definitely a different strategy. Duke's not handing the ball off as much. They're not running it as much, which is certainly a little different than what we've seen. But that's what makes the Canadian Football League as exciting as it is. 7 first downs right now for Calgary, 7 for Toronto. We'll go through all the stats at halftime. Total yards, though, is very, very small. 131 for the Stamps, 122 for the Argos. Total yards, very, very small. But hey, that is okay. Sometimes you got to take the little wins to win the big game, and that's kind of what the Argos are doing here. They've put up some big plays, and they've struck a couple of times. But now with 3 minutes left to go in the half, Stampeders trying to get in there. Of course, Stamps being led by Dickinson, and he's got the mojo going. You know he's got some trickery up his sleeve, which is why they're 3-0 at home. 4-0 on the road, but 3-0 at home, and they are certainly showing it. So they're just getting ready to come back with the 3-minute warning. Week 9 is almost in the books. Is this game trying to close it out?
And that entire highlight pack of week number 9 will feature a quarterback wearing number 2 in green and gold. Congrats to Trey on the victory. Is jumping on the right side of that O-line.
Flags again all over the field.
Another former Argo against Falarno Arimilade.
Athletic pass protector.
It's going to be on Calgary again. Going to move them back 5 yards.
5-yard penalty.
COVID loan program.
First down.
I was head coach
Illegal procedure is the call.
Trevon Tate. We had to sign him away from the COVID roster.
That.
He started. We beat the Edmonton Elks. We said thank you very much.
See ya.
Next day went back to
So
the Argos.
first and 15 now from the Toronto 46.
Between Toronto and Ottawa.
Oh my God.
Toronto stumbled when
up
they
and
were
down
back
the
at first
401.
and 15. Let's see what Calgary can do.
With a pick 6 last
Mayer
week.
enjoys
See if
going
defense
long.
can
He
get a
did have that
turnover
one
here in the
interception.
first
Let's see
half.
what he
Jake
does
Mayer
here.
Looks to his
He's
right.
going to go across the middle again. Picked up.
In the return
Nice
game,
job.
and now
Going to be
all in
second
a
and
catch from
6. Second and 5.
Nice decision. Nice quickness to the wide side of the field.
So
This is what
good
you
job
wanna do.
picking
Put
up a
yourself
quick
in good
10.
situation here. As everybody lifts, take Eccles underneath, locate it,
Here's a
give
snap.
him a quick throw.
They're going to hand
Back to
this
the
one
ground.
off. Look
Peyton
out.
Logan
Argos,
going
great job.
nowhere.
Defense.
Right in the middle of
Gonna
that
take them
defense. Looks like
down.
that
A
was
loss
Hollywood
of
Priester
yards
and
here.
Robbie Smith as well.
Thought they
Yeah,
would
trying to go
change it
tempo,
up and
trying to
go
get
for a
quick play, trying to get
run.
this
The
first down,
passing
trying to
game
treat
has been
some
working
rhythm.
for them.
But
They're
sometimes
not
when you
able to
wind
connect
this
on the run
zone
and
play
run that
back,
one in.
You're going to run and done.
The
block
Argos
players, You're going to
defense
see this ball wind it back
Standing up
too
strong
much.
here. That's going to be 3rd and 4.
As the receiver tries to make the block, the receiver doesn't. And we also get
They're going to go
big
for a
Ralph
field
Hawley
goal.
getting involved
1 for
too
1
with that.
today's parties. Made it from the 51.
Paredes out once again. And this one
This
comes
time
from
it's going to be a
43
43-yard
away.
attempt. A lot easier than 51. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is
Paredes
good.
knocks it through. Smooth.
At least
as
they pick
ever.
up 6. The Argos going to get the ball back with 2:16 to go on the clock.
Kadeem Carey
Again,
back
there's
in
enough time that they can
grounds
march
and
downfield
taking
and
a bit of a
put more
different
on the board.
approach with the double blue now playing
Will
against
Kadeem
Calgary.
Carey get a few more touches here? Burns needs him
No
to get some
high,
runs.
though, you know, they're
Here's
opponents now.
Kadeem.
So, and that's kind of how I'm treating it. You know, I'm in a hotel now. You know, I'm in the away room. So, you know, they ain't helping me out. They ain't giving me a pillow to lay on. So, I can't wait to go out there, you know, show them that I'm on the other side now.
Yeah, he's
That's
certainly
Kadeem
trying to
Carey on
piece
returning
it
to
together in this
Calgary.
game. By the way, the necklace that he's been wearing, his daughter Kiki made it for him. Apparently the kids are fighting over which necklace
And
gets
they don't
worn
hand
in
it
the
off.
game.
They throw this
For Dad,
wide
it is Kadeem
across.
Carey.
Picking up some yards, running out of
Enjoying
bounds
his
is
time in
McMahon.
Toronto. He said, I love the energy, enthusiasm
So
around
7
the locker
yards
room. He said,
there.
the weather sucked all year. It's been raining in Toronto most of the season. But
Yeah, Ryan Dimwitty said, yeah, it's been raining all season for
So
them.
shockingly,
That's
only
great,
3
though. The
carries for
jewelry
12
from their
yards here
family.
for
Yep.
Kadeem.
Hey, how about your son Noah makes you a hat?
Let's give him
you
the
wear it
ball.
on every-
Let's
every
do it
time.
for
How would we do
Burns.
that? Something like that. Make your own tie or something.
yeah, there we go. The tie. We could do the tie. Well, maybe
We're not in there
a
much.
pocket
So
square.
second
something
and
like that.
3.
We'll see. Awesome for the Carey family be involved in.
There's the
Dad's
snap,
work
handed
day
off.
here in Calgary. Something they've seen.
Carey
so many
going to run it
times.
across for the
Carey
first down, and
on
he's taken
second
down.
And a couple right next to that first down marker. Hard running.
So it's not a
There's
big run,
something
but it
called
gets a
being
couple of yards up
shoulders
on the
down,
board.
Downhill runner. You know on second and short. And Calgary knew on
There's
second
3
and
more
short
yards.
that they were going to be in pistol, which is the tailback behind the center.
Go
and
up
they're
to
going to square
15
his
yards
shoulders and
now.
run. They had players there to make the play.
How many did you need?
He
Was it
drives
40
them forward
something?
for the first down.
Where is it? 40
Great run.
yards,
Brandon Dozier
under
flying
56.
in off the edge that time. In his 7th year out of UNC
Here's the
Charlotte,
snap.
trying to
This
make
one
the play,
fake
and now
handoff, fake
it will
throw.
be
Dukes
Cam
is going to run it up the middle. Dukes is going first down and more. Dukes cuts towards the middle. Should have kept running to the sideline. But a nice
They're
run
trying
here
to
by
have
Dukes.
answers for when the quarterback breaks contain. And then what
That
happens
was a
is
set play. He
you're gonna see basically
looked the flick. He looked like
as-
he was going to toss
as
it
they
over, and
come
then he
this
just
way,
took off. The good recognition of the presence coming. Dukes kind of stiff arms and makes a move on the lineman and then cuts and goes.
And that's a problem.
He should have kept going to the sideline. Instead, he turned towards the middle, right into the defender. First and 10, he's going to be throwing again. Sideline play. Nice catch. And out of bounds.
Over the top away
so another
from
first down, Argos.
Successfully gets another completion to David Unger.
Unger going to come up with that
Right
one.
side of the field. This is a long throw, but this is a throw you can usually see that area of the field in zone
in the
defense,
CFL, one of the other
somebody's gonna be
differences
open all
is
the time.
when you're
just gotta
making a
make sure
catch
you
out of
find
bounds,
it.
you only
David
have to be
Unger,
inbounds
nice
with
catch.
one
High
foot.
points the ball.
The
goes out,
NFL,
gets
you got to
the
get
highest
both
point.
toes in. The CFL, you only
Cameron
need
Duke's
one.
seeing the field pretty well right now. And what they're doing good job, Marshall.
But 126
the
to go
bubble
down to
screen
the
that gets
Calgary
8 yards,
34.
all
Nice
these
drive
things.
here
And this game has
for the
changed in
Argos.
Canadian football. There's so many higher completion percentages, and that's why defenses, they have to sprint. Talk about sprinting to the football because the ball's completed behind the line of scrimmage and you're chasing it all the way across the field. So if
Dukes
you don't
9
sprint
for
to
10
the
here.
football, there's too much width on this field, and the completion percentage
It looks
is
like
so much higher
Cage
than
is
it was
down on the
15 years
field
ago.
getting
Absolutely.
discussion
Cage
with
is
the trainer.
Injured offensive lineman down
Maybe
on
one of the
play,
trainers should tell
as
him his
Cam
pants
Dukes
are
now
halfway
9
down
of
and his
10.
underwear sticking out.
And so the left tackle in his 6th year in the CFL, Cage will
Gage is going to,
head
wearing
towards
number
the
66,
sideline.
is going to make his way to the sideline.
Got Landon Rice. Looks like it's going to step in relief duty here at the left tackle position, or will
The
they
126 to
spin
go
him
at the
around,
Calgary
mix and match the
34.
offensive line? You always say, Lap, I don't know what your perspective is on this. If you're making no change, you just want to make one change. You're trying not to make 3 or 4.
And if you're
just
just
to make it
joining us,
work.
welcome in.
The first
Make
thing
sure you
think
hit
about
that
is look at
thumbs
their
up for
roster
us.
makeup.
We'd
They have
appreciate
7
it.
offensive linemen on, which is a very good thing. If you had 6, one more injury, and a defensive lineman's finishing the game.
Argos setting it up.
Awashe, the fullback,
Backfield in motion.
slides down the line at the bottom of your screen, and a flag
This one
comes
is going
up.
to be
Did
brought
they not
back,
get
and we
this
got
off coming
whistles
out of the
right
injury?
away, flags right away.
Looks like going to be a time count.
Time count violation, Toronto, number 11.
So again,
10-yard
time
penalty,
count
will still
violation.
play first down.
This is a
Redeemed
huge penalty
first
'cause
down.
this
It's
is
gonna
gonna
move
help
them
them.
back a couple of yards
they're
again.
into the win, Toronto is, so this puts them in a
This is their
position where
Second
they got a
time
long
count
way to go.
violation of the
Set the
game.
game clock to 126. Thank you.
this area of the field is what I would call the kick zone, where, I'm in a position to get that last
So
down and
first
distance.
and
I'm in a position
20
to kick
now
a field goal. We can't do anything
for
to go
Cameron
back.
Dukes and
no
the
empty
Argos.
passes, no
126
crazy
left on the
plays.
clock
Make sure we get positive
in the
yards
first
to
half.
help our kicker. This is not helping.
Calgary 44-yard line.
Dukes in the
First
gun.
and 20. Dukes taking it back.
Quarterback draw.
He's going to run it.
His way through the
Quarterback
line,
draw
and
is the
then
call.
takes a
He's
big
going to run
shot,
it, and he gets kind of hit
sliding
hard.
down just outside the 35-yard line.
And there's a
Mike
flag
Tyson's
on the
one that
play.
got him. A flag does come
And
out.
Dukes is getting in the face of some of the Stampeders.
What you're talking about is it a late slide? That's what you're trying to recognize. The league has always talked about, we went to flagging guys all the time, even when
So
they
a hard
slid
hit
late.
as Dukes slides in there.
I don't think this is going to be for a
roughing the
late.
passer.
This is going to be for a blow to the head.
Major foul, roughing the passer.
Automatic first
That's
down.
going to be 15 yards. It's an automatic first down.
He's sliding late. I think it's going to be for a blow to the head here, helmet to helmet.
You can see Dukes gliding until he dropped down that
The Dukes
right
goes
knee.
down and drops one, and he
Forearm
takes
to
a
the
hard
head, got him
shoulder.
as well, but he
Here's
completes
the
this
snap.
pass.
Dukes going to throw this over. Nice
He thought
catch.
he could have broke that tackle of
Coxie
Demario
hauled
Houston
down right away.
heading towards the end zone.
I know sometimes the fans don't like it, but you just
The
can't strike a blow to the
116
head.
left on the clock here. That was a major foul against Calgary.
All football. No huddle
Brad,
here.
yes, I believe they
Tempo.
do.
Micah Tights stares down Cam Dukes.
Here's the snap from the
Dukes
Calgary
after that
17.
quarterback.
Dukes going to run it again.
Now we'll take
Dukes
off
over
on
the
his
10.
own.
Dukes
He has one
trying to
rushing
get to that
touchdown.
end zone line,
Looking
and
for
he
a
gets
bit of
it
a
to about
push
the
from his
2-yard
offensive
line.
who were late to
Cameron
arrive, but
Dukes,
another
quarterback
solid pickup on
or
second
running
down
back?
using his feet for Dukes.
Dukes running this one all the way up, and
Trying
welcome
to
in,
make a
Brad, by the
decision
way.
on where he's going to throw the football.
Cameron Dukes.
Sees nothing in the middle. Cam Judge gets depth in the zone.
Thank you so much,
Right?
Noah.
Now all he does, look at all
20
this
months
space. He takes his
as a
space.
channel
Anytime
member.
I don't have
Wow.
a clean picture of it. I'm
Getting
going to
close
use
to
my
that
legs and
2-year
get
marker.
extra yardage. Now you're first and goal from the 3.
Dukesy.
You're going to put your big people
What
in.
a run.
You're going to just run tight
Calgary's
zone,
2-yard
get right
line.
up inside,
First and goal.
for the
Hand this
touchdown.
one over.
Big moment here for the
Touchdown,
Argonauts as
Argos.
Kadeem Carey scores a
Kadeem Carey.
return to Calgary.
That drive is Cameron Dukes. His
Argos
ability
going to
use
run
his
that
legs.
one in. Triton coming in on
but
top
backed
you.
up in a long yardage situation.
27
What do
months,
they
Triton.
get? They
Thank you
get
so
a
much
quarterback
for
draw to get
everything.
them
27
even better
months.
yard range. Then the
Unbelievable.
penalty is obviously what hurt them. Hurt Calgary, but I love what
Thank
Cameron
you
Dukes
to our
is using
channel
with his
members.
legs, making some throws,
Our
but
lengthy
also
channel
protecting the
members.
ball and running when he can.
Big part of our channel.
Carey with a little
So Carey
shrug for
picks
his
up the TD.
ex-friends and fans.
The extra point
Here in
is up
Calgary,
and good.
Extra point is good. Head
With
to head since
46
2014,
seconds
Calgary's
left on the
15-2
clock, the
against
Argos
Toronto, including
score
8-1
another
in all,
major.
but the
22-6 they
sit
go
pretty
up.
right now, up 16.
Brad, you are very welcome. Thank you for being here. Cameron Dukes, what a game he's having. 111 yards throwing, 59 yards rushing. He's got a rushing TD. He's got a throwing TD.
Cam Dukes.
Dukes
And
putting the
Argonauts
tools
punch another in
together.
on the ground, and Dukes loves it on the sideline.
Carey, 17
Mike
yards.
Miller
now.
is quarterback coach. Right here, you're going to get good double
A
teams.
nice job by
as
this
they work.
line.
And then Vaughters is the one
The
who's
Argos
got to make
trying
the
to
play.
break the Stampeders'
But sometimes
home
you just can't
undefeated
because
streak, and they're doing a great
Carey's
job.
going to run you over. Really good push by the line. And again,
22-6.
at the 3-yard line, that's what you're going to do. Just plow forward,
46
what you need.
seconds left on the
get
clock.
your touchdown.
And Kiki will be happy that maybe
There's the kick.
touchdown scoring
And
necklace
it's a
back in
swivel
Calgary
kick.
was
Calgary
one
picks it up
she
at their
made
30.
for. As now we see Cody.
Gonna run this one
How
back,
many
picking
offensive
up
linemen are gonna carry the ball
some
tonight?
decent
What
yards.
is
The
going on?
offensive lineman there
Plays 70
picking up
yards
the
in
swivel
90
kick.
seconds as the Argonauts extend
And
their
he
lead.
just
41 seconds left. 16-point
drives that
disadvantage
one,
now
picking
for the
up
Stampeders.
some
And
yardage,
what do you think is the
18
mentality here
yards.
with pretty decent field position, I gotta say.
So
after the
Calgary on
Cody
their own 48,
defensive
so very
line
close
return.
to midfield. With 40 seconds
watch
left
this
on the
return
clock.
right here. I
You know,
love
the
it.
way
Look at the
Mayer
high-
can
look,
throw
you
for
talk about
distance,
high hand, you
he
make sure
can
you have
turn
your wrist
something
above
around
the
here very
elbow,
quick.
Right? We talk about making sure you have
Right,
the ball
you don't
high.
always
That's
have to
great
win.
leverage.
Right,
That is
Curtis?
a
Have you
clinic
met anyone
leverage on how to
ever
hold the football.
more
Free safety Tyshawn
competitive?
Blackburn was the one who had to
Here's the
volunteer
snap,
to
Mayer back.
put a helmet
Gonna
in.
go across to the 50, and it's a
Defensive
drop
lineman is
ball.
Peyton Logan. Drops this
Incomplete
pass to
pass.
Harris McFadden right there in coverage.
Wide side of the field throw. Trying
Good
to get that
defensive
outflank.
coverage there.
As they just don't get the outflank.
Of course,
and
if
then
you're
Peyton Logan's a little bit
in
thrown behind
Canada,
him.
A
Gotta
lot
make
of
that catch, put
Canadians
them in
have
management.
Monday off.
2nd and 10 here for
For the
Jake
August
Mayer,
long
the Calgary
weekend,
offense.
what's it called?
He's trying to
something?
answer for that 33-6 loss at
It's
Ottawa.
called a bunch of
And
things.
before
All
that,
right, so
here,
happy
BC
bunch of things. A day
25-24. They
off.
beat the Lions.
For those in Canada that get the extra weekend.
A lot of work to do if they want to continue their
Here's the
undefeated streak
snapback.
at home.
Calgary looking deep.
Mayer
Going
throws
to go
into
over
a
the top, and
window,
another
Clark Barnes just couldn't
incomplete
get out of
pass.
the turf quick enough.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10. The
On a
booze
deep
raining
curl
in.
route, just a little bit off
So
on
British
his throw to
Columbia
Clark
Day.
Barnes. Thought he had an opportunity
Heritage
for
Day
it.
in Alberta.
Protection's good enough for the
Saskatchewan Day. New Brunswick
throw.
Day.
Just missed it on a little bit on the outside.
Terry Fox Day.
And no touchdowns
Divock
last
holiday
week or so far today. So
for
6
Ontario.
quarters now for Jake Mayer without having a major.
Nova Scotia
If he
has a
doesn't throw
day.
one in the
Native
remainder
Day.
of this
It's a
first
day
half, it's
for
Jermaine
everyone.
Franklin, Enoch Mwamba, and Matt Dunnigan
Except
coming up for
Quebec.
you
If you're
at
in Quebec,
halftime. All
we're
the
sorry.
highlights from
The
around
rest of
week
the
9
country
Canadian
will be off
Football League. Janarian
So a
Grant
long
driven
kick.
all the way back into his
Toronto's
end
going to
zone.
pick this one up in the
Tries
end
to get
zone.
the
They're
football
going to step
out,
out.
and that's
And a
going to be
tackle
very
right at the
close.
goal line.
We'll see where they spot. They save first down, but now after a 65-yard punt.
Was
from
this
Cody
tackled
Grace,
inside? Will this
the
be a
Argonauts
single
are
for
going to
Calgary?
have to scrimmage from inside their 1-yard line.
Yeah, so this is situation.
No, I think they're
football
gonna
here.
rule
You're
this at the
1
1-yard line.
You're going to have to do a couple of things. I'd be careful of going. You should go on a hard count right here. And if you go on a hard count, you're trying to get Calgary off. It's no penalty if you go off. If you go
So yeah,
off,
brought down
if you go
right
offsides,
at the
it
goal
goes
line,
back
but
to
it's
the
going to be
ones. There
spotted
is no
just
penalty,
outside.
But you need room to run the court. You need to run a quarterback.
So with
sneak here
19
because you do
seconds
not
left,
wanna
Toronto
take a
has to be
safety.
careful
So
here.
They've got to get enough yardage so they can run
From the Toronto one, they
victory
don't
offense
want to
running play.
turn it
So
over and all of a sudden
expect them-
give a quick pick six.
expect them to try to do that
JDA,
or
what's
just go
going on,
forward
buddy?
right now and
Welcome
get
in.
it.
Hope you had a good
Run it out.
barbecue.
Yeah, just trying to create a little bit of breathing room.
There's
but
the
again,
run. They're going to take a
smashed
knee.
up against those uprights as well, as Ryan did when he just managing the end
We'll
of a
start
first
the
half.
clock
As we
here,
said, very
trying to
successful for the Argonauts.
get out.
considering
What a great
all
first half
things
for
that
the
they've been
Argos
dealing
this
with
has
at
been.
quarterback and trying to make sure they can have Cam Dukes or Nick Arbuckle consistently lead them, but the running game has been the story so far here today with both Dukes and Kadeem Carey.
Yeah, and I think
the Dukes can't hear. He's kind of doing this, going, "Hey, putting the hands over the ears of the helmet, can't hear the call."
With the football, haven't seen either one of those, so keep giving.
So no time left on the clock. Here's the last snap. They'll take the knee, and that's going to do it. First half has come to an end. Let's go to our halftime screen. It'll work. There we go. Let's get this going, of course. Oh, no. Looks like it's frozen. Well, let's refresh this. We'll kind of get it reset. There we go. Let's run down some stats for this game. What a great game it has been. Back and forth. Lots of action. Non-stop action, I should say. The Argos jumping out to a nifty lead here. Here's our little scoreboard, courtesy of TSN. 22-6, big lead. Here's Cameron Dukes.
111 yards in the first half. He's with Farhan.
Let me ask you about those last couple of drives that ended in touchdowns and just being able to finish those. What does that mean to your offense?
It's a great confidence boost for us. You know, we're starting early, starting fast, and you know we just got to finish now.
For you personally, 10 of 11, 111 yards in that half, but it was also the timeliness with your legs. And I know sometimes they've said that maybe you've tried to take off early. It didn't seem like you did that. You stood in, you looked. Do you feel more comfortable with when to run now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, it comes with reps. It comes with game reps, live action and stuff. And so, you know, just seeing it, whenever the green grass is there, I'm going to take it. Yep.
Thanks for this. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Nice interview there, Cameron Dukes. What's going on, Nicholas? Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. That you got to love when he says, if I see the green grass is there, I'm going to take it. That is awesome. Very, very nice. Cameron Dukes, the youngster. Argos out to the lead. Here are your stats. For the Argos, Cameron Dukes going 10 of 11. 111 yards, 1 TD, his longest pass 48. Jake Mayer for the Stampeders going 9 of 16, 94 yards, his longest to 24. On the rushing side, Cameron Dukes, 8 carries, 60 yards, 1 TD, his longest was 15 yards. Kadeem Carey, 5 carries, 17 yards, and a rushing TD as well. For the Stampeders, Philpott, 1 rush, 26 yards. Stevens, 5 for 16 yards, 6 being the longest. Logan going 2 carries for 6 yards, 5 being the longest there. On the receiving side, Coxey getting 2 receptions, 53 yards with that long 48-yard. That was absolutely beautiful. Unger going 3 receptions for 29 yards. McMahon, 3 for 14. Polk going 1 for 8. And Sindani, 1 for 7 with the touchdown. For the Stampeders, Begelton, 3 receptions, 56 yards, 24 being the longest. Begelton averages about 30 yards a game, so he's having a monster. Peyton Logan going 2 for 12. Eccles going 1 for 10. Barnes going 1 for 8. Tucker 1 for 5. And Demery 1 for 3. Where's the Elks is the same here. Where the Elk is the same here. I'm not sure what you're asking, Burns. Lobster Boy, what's going on? Welcome in. Shout out to my gym teacher, Mr. Allen, that used to play for the Argos. Go Toronto back in the day. Well, Mr. Allen, big shout out. That's awesome. Always cool having a teacher that's played. Of course, Toronto Rock had some teachers as well that played for the Toronto Rock lacrosse. Very cool, Lobster Boy. That's awesome. From the defensive side of the ball, Mechie, 5 tackles, 1 interception. That was a big interception. That was a doozy. Priester going 4 tackles. Jones with 4 tackles. For the Stampeders, Houston with 3 tackles. Tates with 3 tackles. 1 sack, and it's Vaughters. He gets credit with the 1 sack. Oh, excuse me. Second sack going to Mike Rose. He gets credit for a sack as well. On the kicking side, Pardes, he goes 2 for 2 with 2 field goals here in the first half. Punting wise, for the Argos, Haggerty, 3 punts, 175 yards, his longest at 62. Cody Grace punting for the Stamps goes 3 punts, 154 yards, his longest 67. He kicked with the wind, and that was awesome. On the kick return for the Stamps, Hyman, he goes 1 for 36. Coatney goes 1 for 18. Eccles 1 for 18. On the punt return, Eccles goes 3 for 50 yards, as long as 23. Grant, who usually has been outstanding in returning for the Argos, he goes 2 for 16. Dedrick Mills, is he playing? Let me double check. I don't think so. But let me just make sure I didn't miss. Let's see here. No, doesn't look like we got a Mills playing here today. But it was a great first half. The Argos opened it up early with the 100-yard Rouge on the first kickoff of the game, picking up the single point. Then from there, they went down. They did score a touchdown, which was nice. The Argos were actually off to a big lead here in this game, and then the Stamps were clawing their way back. So it was the single, then it was Duke's rush for the touchdown, a field goal for Calgary, followed up by Duke's passing to Sindani for a touchdown, another field goal for the Stamps, then it was Kadeem Carey who rushed it in for the touchdown. Again, all in all, a big battle of QBs here, 111 yards to 100 yards. I'm excited to see what they're going to throw out in the second half. Dan, how's it going? Welcome in. Good to see you. Now, one of the things in the CFL right now is the Argonauts trying to match the Ottawa Red Blacks. Argos are 4-3. Ottawa is 5-2. Argos are 2 points back. However, Ottawa plays Saskatchewan on Thursday, and that's going to be a big game because Saskatchewan is atop the West. They are tied with BC with 10 points each. And so it is going to be an absolute big game there. It's going to have big implications, too, to the standings. Let's do something we haven't done for a little while here and take a look at our leaders in the CFL now that we're here in Week 9. And it's funny because the QB for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Levi Mitchell, 2497, almost 2,500 yards, leads all offense in passing yards, as well in TDs with 18 TDs. But doesn't it make you wonder, how have they only won 2 games? How have Hamilton only won 2 games when they're scoring as many TDs as they are? And well, it's because they're giving up a lot of TDs as well. Vernon Adams Jr., almost 2,500 yards. Zach Collaris for Winnipeg, over 2,000 yards. Drew Brown, 1,800, almost 1,900 yards. And Bethel Thompson for the Elks at almost 1,800 yards. In terms of the TDs, Adams Jr., 14 for the BC Lions. Jake Mayer, 11 TDs. Fajardo has 10. Of course, Fajardo also got knocked out with that injury, missed some time. And McLeod Bethel Thompson with 9. Rushing yards, it's the Winnipeg Jets. Brady Olivia, 611 yards. Kadeem Carey, second with 491. William Stanback in third with 431. Dedrick Mills, there he is, Dedrick Mills, 406 rushing yards. He's in 4th spot. Dedrick Mills not in today's game, hasn't had any touches, so not exactly sure what the issue is with Mills. Rushing TDs, it's going to be Prukop. He's got 6. The quarterback for the Elks, 6 TDs. Streveler for the Jets with 6. Patterson with 4. Stevens with 4. Crum with 4. Receiving yards, McInnes for the BC Lions, 780. Philpott, he's got 772. Hollins at 706. Justin Hardy, 607. Justin McInnes also leading the way with 6 receiving TDs. Kjordy Smith with 5 for the Ticats. Philpott and White Jr. with 5 and 4. So lots of TDs on the board. Leading defensively, Niles Morgan for the Elks, 56 sacks. Jake Sersna for the Toronto Argonauts leading the way in sacks with 5 on the season. Interceptions, Saskatchewan's Roland Milligan, 5 interception. He leads the way. Terrell Ford with 3, as is Trey Robertson. Those are your CFL leaders. You know, it's interesting. The only Argo leaders on this leaderboard, Kadeem Carey, second with rushing, and of course, Cessna with those sacks. Nick wants to know who scored. Nick, it was Cameron Dukes has a rushing TD for Toronto. Cameron Dukes has a throwing TD for Toronto. That was received by Sindani. Kadeem Carey has a rushing TD for Toronto. So Toronto picking up a couple of touchdowns as well as a single point. From the Stampeders, they have a couple of field goals on the board, and that is really all they have been able to muster. So again, the way it broke down, Toronto went up 1-0 on a single from the original kickoff. They then, on a rush from Dukes, made it 8-0. A field goal for Calgary made it 8-3. Another pass to Sindani made it 15-3 Argos. Field goal made it 15-6. And then Kadeem Carey at the end of the half made it 22-6 Toronto. Calgary undefeated at home 3-0. That is coming to an end as the Argos look to continue putting the pressure on, but it all depends what happens in the second quarter. A church raised $5,500 this weekend at the rummage sale. Wow, Dallas, that's unbelievable. Good job to them for that. That is remarkable. Really, really good job. As well, I should say the Calgary Stampeders talking about raising money. Calgary Stampeders, outside of today's game, raising money for the wildfires that, in Jasper that really kind of decimated Jasper. So love to see everybody coming together to raise money to support everybody impacted by those fires out in Western Canada. So the Stamps are on that. So got to give them a shout out for that for sure. Now the Argonauts trying to get things done. Chad Kelly will be making his return in the next couple of weeks. You got to imagine as soon as he is eligible to return that he will be back. Now, the Argos did have a bye week. I believe it was a 9-game suspension he was serving. So we expect him to return as soon as he's eligible. And man, what is that going to do for this Argo team? Is that going to give them that boost? Or are they going to keep going with Cameron Dukes and allow him to continue to play and move forward? So that'll be real interesting to see. Real interesting. I'll see if there's any latest news. Oh, by the way, we talked about it a little bit earlier. And hang on a second here. I just see as of a couple days ago, there is some news here on Chad Kelly's return date. Let's see what it says here. The CFL has given no clarification on Chad Kelly's return date. There you go. Interesting. The league pushing back. Okay, so arbitration, don't care about that. So there you go. What was expected to be 9 games, looks like the CFL right now is not giving any clarification when he is eligible to return. So there you go. Things picking up in the Chad Kelly situation. Now, as I was going to say, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but again, if you missed it, the Olympics today was an interesting day for the Canadian athletes. Of course, we picked up a gold medal in the hammer throw, just going beast mode. Really, really good job there. But a little bit of a disappointing day on the track and in the pool for the Canadians. We did not get a runner in the 100-yard dash. DeGrasse finished 5th in his semifinal, did not move on. And of course, the other Canadian runner disqualified for a false start. So no Canadians running the 100. In the pool, the women's 4x100 going for a medal. They were off to a good start, started falling behind. Summer coming into the pool with the hammer, trying to catch up, but she just could not overcome the deficit. So Canada finishes 4th with the women 4x100. Hammer throw first for Canadians and also youngest ever in the Olympics to win. Oh, I didn't know he was the youngest ever. But that was huge. Boy, he out threw everyone by a mile. He really, really had a good toss. We need Donovan Bailey. And it's funny, I did see an interview with Donovan Bailey today. He still looks pretty good. He still looks like he could run. I don't think he could do the 100 and under 10, but he still looks like he's in pretty remarkable shape. The women's Canadian basketball squad also falling today to Nigeria. That's going to seal their fate. They will not be moving on in the tournament. So the Canadian women's basketball not moving forward. The men's basketball, they play their quarterfinal game tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, that's going to be taking place. We won gold in the women's. Oh, we won gold in the women's hammer throw also? Oh, I didn't hear that. Dallas, we won gold in both the men's and women hammer throw? Wow. I did not hear that one today. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I'll have to see if I can catch the replay of that one. That is awesome. So good job for the Canadians in terms of the medal count getting a little bit better. I say a little bit better, but some of the events we expected to see them in, they were not able to get things done. But I am quite enjoying how it's going. Canada now sitting in 11th place, 17 medals for Canada, 5 gold, 4 silver, and 8 bronze. So that's pretty good. I think 22, if I'm not mistaken, 22 was their last Olympics. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close. But that's pretty darn cool. Of course, the United States leading everybody, 71 medals for the U.S. A big portion of that coming in the pool in gymnastics. They got 8 medals in gymnastics, 9 medals so far in athletics, 4 in fencing, but 28 medals in swimming for the United States. That is pretty impressive. China in second with 45, France with 44, Australia with 31, and Great Britain with 37. However, they come behind Australia because Australia has more gold medals. All right, so there's a little Olympic update for you. The players are back out on the field. Let's get set to go. Uh-oh. Looks like I broke our field here. There we go. Let's get that back in play. Oh, come on. All right, here we go.
And it fell off the tee.
Game on, and all as they go for the kick, often, the ball falls off the tee, so the wind's starting to blow a little bit here. They're going to have to reset
Lucy,
this.
Huh? Producer John Hines with a great one right there. Where's Lucy? This is how you pull a hamstring. I am
the Raiders are going to kick the ball. The ball just
all right,
teeters and slides over.
Now you got to make your cover team run again. They had the wheels churning, all fired up to begin the second half. Toronto won the coin toss. They deferred. Calgary got the ball in the first half. So Toronto starts with the football here in the second as it's 25 degrees right now. Feels like 28. And that wind gusting up to about 42 kilometers an hour. As you can see,
here's the kick. We are officially underway.
Drop down to Janarian Grant, looking for the outside. And
Grant has nowhere to go, gets tied up and taken down.
Mark Killam's special teams units on trying to stop Janarian Grant from getting the edge just like that.
Mark Killam said this week that he believes in his 15 years in the Canadian Football League that Janarian Grant's the best returner.
Again, thanks for hanging out.
He
during halftime for a halftime show.
He makes the first guy miss every time. And then
let's see if the Argos can have just as good of a second half
he can spin,
as they did here in the
different
first.
Things. Now, I talked to him. He has told me the cornrow was attached and reattached. I don't know how. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe there's help for me one day, Marshall.
So here comes Dukes, first and 10 from the Toronto 33. Going a quick outlet along the line of scrimmage, trying to turn the corner. Going to pick up a couple. But
the
not much 4 yards
the
there on the
out
toss.
Of Laval, Trey Roberson, haven't said his name much here today, but he makes the play.
You know, some physicality from Trey Roberson this year, watching him on film. And, you know, when you sometimes put that guy who's a great boundary corner, you play him, start playing him to the wide side of the field, and he ends up playing more wide side corner. like, it's good for the veteran corners because they have more time to see. Why do you want to have veterans there? Because they can see the routes developing. They can make plays on the football. That's why you like a veteran player over there who can see the things and make plays.
Toronto setting it up, Dukes, 2nd and 6. Here's Dukes again. Time, he's looking, he's got to run around as the pocket collapses. We got a flag on the play. Duke's going to run it for a first and more, and now he goes out of bounds.
Here's the first change for the
so a nice run for Dukes, but is this going to negate it?
Now playing man coverage. They're playing man coverage or having safeties.
Contact on the receiver, Calgary, number 43. So the penalties decline because the gain is greater. It's first down for Toronto.
The illegal contact
man coverage with 2 deep safeties.
Penalty is declined because the run was greater than what the penalty would have
You can be physical because if the ball
so a nice
goes
job
over
by
ahead,
Dukes running the ball again.
You just cannot get too physical. And Vaughters with an inside move gives Cameron Dukes the outside to be able to run and continue to use his legs. But you just got to be careful when you're going to
78 rushing yards.
You just can't get your hands and hold.
As Dukes talking to Deonta McMahon in the huddle there as they'll give Kadeem Carey a blow. Dukes using the legs here tonight.
Here's Dukes. He's looking downfield. Going to throw this for a short yardage gain.
The grab, quick completion underneath. 4. What do you make of Cameron Dukes and that average depth of target? Just 6.9 yards down the field so far this season.
You know, I talked to Ryan about that. How do you get more explosive plays? You got the least explosive plays in the CFL, only 6. And he says, yes, we've got one for Coatsy.
2nd and 6 from the Calgary 52.
For some of the other guys, Tavares Daniels.
They have past midfield starting to work down.
Take it. If not, go ahead and check it down. And that's what Cameron Dukes done an outstanding job.
And he told us this week they want to add some play action to open up those downfield shots. But
look, here comes the rush. He's going to go high in the air. Oh, almost a reception.
Coverage on the play by Kobe Williams, who's a
good
one
coverage
tackle shy of 100 in his career.
This is the route of the Canadian Football
League.
Good
run. Toronto coming very, very close.
Benching a guy to the side. Now, what's a bench mean? You run up and you turn left and go out to 15 yards to the sideline.
Thank you, Dallas.
When the halfback is playing high, Williams is trying to play higher for deeper routes. You can throw that underneath, just a little bit outside.
It's going to be 3rd and 6. The Argos got to kick this one away
his
now.
Own 44-yard line. And he goes for the backward looping kick to drop
pick
down
it up
inside
at
the 5.
Calgary 4.
47-yard
trying to duke and dive and taken down about the 10-yard line.
Smith about
so good job by Smith
on the field.
And the Argos getting down there.
Beggleton, one of the true mainstays.
When they come back, Calgary will get their first reps of the second half, starting back about their own 10-yard line. So Calgary's got some work to do to move things downfield here. But Jake Maier, as we've seen, he's got an arm and is not afraid to use it. Now, he has kind of slowed down a little bit since that interception, but we know he's got a cannon. Calgary has started running the ball a little bit more. So we'll see what they continue to do here. Because they are at their own 10-yard line, will they take a long shot or will they try to run a couple to get some yards before unleashing the arm? Calgary needs to kind of play smart here in the second half. They need a couple of scores to get back in this one, and their defense needs to play sound if they want to tie this one up or even take the lead. But the Toronto Argonauts right now with a nice 22-6 lead. They've been playing well, and there it is. The Blue Jays losing to the Yankees in overtime 4-3. So the Jays go down yet again. All right, so they're returning on the field. Let's see what the Stamps are going to do. How are they going to turn their gameplay around? If you're just coming in and joining us here for the second half, welcome to the show. My name is Sam. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you tap that thumbs up. And if you'd like, hit that subscribe.
Which is right on the Gulf of Mexico. This guy doesn't just kind of salmon fish and recreational fish. He goes after the big ones because they get out there right close to the ocean line. And he has caught some large ones, some fish that are almost as big as he has. He's got some sharks, some sand sharks, some black-tip sharks, some that literally fly over the boats. And
Thank you so much for that.
Active meditation where he needs to completely get away, not think about real-world problems. He goes out there.
All right, so here comes the Stampeders.
One of Jake Maier's passes or one of these fish.
What are they going to do?
Well, it's harder to catch the fish because I use fake bait. So he's got to work on that in the
from
offseason.
their
Get
11.
some real live bait. to make
They're
fishing
going to
easier.
throw short
that was an
yardage
easy
toss
catch by
up
Reggie
to the
into
10,
the
back to
hands
the
of
line of scrimmage, still on his feet,
Biggleton as he breaks
dancing
two
across for a
tackles
first down and more.
And he's out to the 25-yard line.
Nice run here. Beagleton thought he was going to get taken down right around the line of scrimmage, eluded the hit, shook it off, as Taylor Swift would do, and he elected to continue to pound those feet and keep moving forward. And he picks up the first down and more.
That's what Calgary has to do. Keep
Let's
developing
go.
first downs.
And throws the reel out. Yank it back.
Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Appreciate
Catch
it.
of the day.
Mr.
Here
Beast
in
554, welcome to the
Biggleton.
channel. Here's the
So
snap
solid
back.
for
They're
the
going to hand this
Stampeders.
one
The
off
running
again.
game
They're going to elect to
picks
run.
now as well.
Great run,
Biggleton
dancing up.
promises it be a better second half than
Wow.
it was at first, and on this drive, early signs suggest yes.
You talked about it at the half. Can we get
Logan with a
Peyton
nice
Logan
run.
going? Some of the
Another
other
first
runs,
down
those-
here
the quarterback
for the
runs don't
Stampeders.
really matter, right? You
Going
gotta get
from
some
their own
downhill
11 all the way up to the
runs.
39.
What are they going to look like? Give him an opportunity. Right, they're pulling two people. This is what you call a counter play or a gap play, where two people block
Logan,
down,
nice
and
job.
you pull people around to create a hole.
Tucking down,
for
keeping
Peyton
low,
Logan.
keeping the feet
More
moving.
more yards on that carry,
First
I should
and
say,
10
than he
from the
had the entire
39.
first half,
Calgary's
as Reggie
quick toss.
Biggleton
Again,
catches
behind the line
another
of
behind
scrimmage.
the
They're
line
going
of
to run this
scrimmage,
one up.
makes two-men miss. And Dave Dickinson leaning on number 84 right now.
Good job again for
Here's what's
Beagleton.
interesting. Like, producer John Hines asked whether Reggie went fishing with Coach Huffnagel, and he said, no, that hasn't happened yet. this or that.
Beagleton
But I've
using
got
those
it. I've
hands,
got it.
showing
You
the
ready,
good
Marshall?
hands.
Producer John Hines, I want you to get the graphic ready already. Streaming services, coming to
Up
streaming
to the
services
Calgary
here,
50,
or
almost to
TSN Plus.
midfield.
Downstream
Good drive
with
here
Coach
for the
Huff
Stamps.
and Reggie Beagleton. How about that? That could be awesome. Or it could be awful. Huff could just sit there and not even pay attention to the camera, or Reggie and just fish by himself.
5 catches
Either
for
way, I'm
81
watching.
yards tonight
Organic
for
television.
Beagleton.
I'm in. Just put Huff in a boat. See what happens.
Here's an odd play.
Goes backwards. Great play.
Off
Reading
the snap,
screen from
Mayer
Robbie
runs
Smith.
way back, and then he turns with an off-balance throw to Logan, and Logan tackled almost immediately. Nice, Andrew. Enjoy some
Look
time
to
up
the
at the
wide side of
cottage.
the field. What you trying to
Hope
do?
you
Trying
get
to
some
flow
good
to the
weather.
right.
Spend
Show
some
the
time
action
out on the
show
water.
going back, and then you
you're
slide
by
the
a
back
lake.
out on a screen. No issues
The
except
good D by
for
the Argos going
you
to
gotta
force
get
it
Robbie
back.
Smith out of
Second
the
and
way.
16
Great
coming
play
up
by
here.
Robbie Smith. Now it puts you in second, an extra very hard play here. That was what I call a whiskey bottle play, where the whiskey bottles come down when it doesn't work.
Hard count here.
Here's the
Looks
snap,
like they
bringing
got
it
the
back.
Argonauts to
Flag
jump,
on the
so
play.
Mayer has
2 flags
some
on the
time to
play.
play.
Looking
How vertical does
downfield.
he wanna
Here
go?
comes the chase.
Extends the play again.
3
Now
Argos
slides
coming
down.
in, and Mayer has
Farmer
no
Melani in his
choice
return.
but to slide down
The lineup
to elude getting hit.
slides down on the back of Mayer and helps him back up.
So let's see what the flag
It's
is.
like Woody Barron jumped offside.
Woody Barron, nice suggestion. 6-year veteran, signed a couple weeks ago to get some reps. Right, as a designated American, rotates part of that rotation.
Offside, Toronto 93. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
They're going to move
I
them
love
up
what the
5
Argos
yards.
do.
Still
Like, here on
remains
the
second
sideline
down.
with
It
the
was
Argos, you watch your
offside
defensive line, they
Argos.
come off like
Barron
every
jumping
play.
the
They're
line.
rotating guys, trying to keep them fresh so they can get that pass rush going.
So it's going to be second and
Right
11
now
now.
it'll be Jake Serezna.
Second
Parrish
and
is in
11.
there. Woody Barron and Robbie Smith as the 4-man
So
front.
still a long way to go here
Royce
for the
Metier
Stamps.
already had an interception.
Trying to get beyond
Roaming in the middle
midfield.
of the
Here's
field
the
at free
snap.
safety. Mayer
Taking a look towards
looks
the
to his
sideline.
left, goes
Force
back
back,
across
cuts
his
through the
body,
middle.
caught
Nice
on the run,
toss.
and Peyton Logan.
And
Been
Logan
running for
getting
a while.
tripped
The
up
Fraser
just
Sopic
over the
didn't
original
chop him
line
down.
of scrimmage.
This was, like you said, this was going
So
to
it's
be
gonna
a
end up
huge
being
play.
3rd and
Everybody cleared out,
6.
and now you've got one underneath. You got the tailback underneath.
So they're going to have
He
to
has to
kick
throw
this
a
one
check
away.
down. Doesn't trust what
Too
he sees
far
downfield. He was going to
for a
throw
field goal
to the
attempt.
left-hand side. Didn't like it. Now he's trying to find a check down. So
That was a
with
good job to
huge
recognize that
stop,
your
or else it was
primary
going
and
for big
secondary
yardage.
targets were not there. Sees Logan coming across the middle.
Fraser Sopic
Tries
in
to
his
get it off, but just
5th
not
year in the
enough.
Canadian Football League.
So 3rd and 6, they're going to kick this one
Now
away.
Western drafted by Calgary.
Toronto,
Playing for the Argonauts
it's going to 1 hop,
free
2
agency.
hop, 3 hop, 4 hop.
As Janario
They're going to
Gray
touch it and
picks
run.
up
It's going to be
with
a
no yards.
penalty.
The call on the play.
So Toronto will add a couple of yards to that.
Kadeem Carey retakes the field after scoring a
Kadeem Carey, Cameron Dukes, and the Toronto Argonauts coming out here in the 3rd to see what they can do. Kadeem Carey returning to Calgary, where he was a fan favorite. 5 carries here today, but only 17 yards. He does have a touchdown. So Carey not putting up nearly the amount of yardage we would have expected from him what he normally does, you know, usually from when we've been watching, he gets between 15 and 20 carries, anywhere from 60 or 65 to 100 yards. Usually when it's about 20 carries, he's up around 100 plus yards. So definitely way under his averages here today. But Dukes has been doing a majority of the running. He doesn't have his targets. He gets his legs in use, and he has 78 yards. So that's pretty good for him. Mayer, on the flip side, has not run the ball really himself at all. When they've needed to bring in a quarterback for short yardage plays, they go to Tommy Stevens. He's had 6 carries for a total of 17 yards. So Calgary definitely using the short yardage Calgary or quarterback rotation when they need to. But Mayer comes in, and we've seen that arm. We've seen he can throw the ball. It's a little windy there today, Andrew. Well, hopefully it works out to be okay. Argos putting their Dukes up. Oh, Burns, well said. Well said. They certainly are. They certainly are. Dukes has struggled at times. He certainly has struggled at times, but he's looking real good today. Good decision making, and that's an improvement. He definitely is making really good decision making, which is what we like to see.
Down there on the field early, and
They're just returning from commercial
like,
break.
All families taking
Let's see what the Argos do.
Day for all.
Great performance at halftime as well.
8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Stampeders on Heritage Night.
Bad snap. Dukes wheels it in. He's got 2 stamps all over him. Saka-laka-laka-laka.
Judge, but regardless, a big loss on first down for the
Wow.
Argos, and Dukes just kind of shrugging, saying, "Where was my protection?"
Yeah,
unbelievable. A bad snap comes out. Dukes had to reach back with one arm to grab that ball and wheel it in. And with the blink of an arm, blink of an eye, 2 defenders, 2 linemen all over Dukes. It's like the line stepped aside and rolled out the red carpet. Hauswehr picking up his 2nd sack of the season.
Guard would have gone to help him or not, but miscommunication creates a 2nd and 19 situation.
So 2nd and 19, Duke's coming back. He's going to run. Look out, a little juke from Duke. And he's going to run again. Duke cutting the corner, getting some blocks. And now he gets taken down.
And in a real tough down and distance that you mentioned, Lapo, Cam Dukes.
So nowhere to throw the ball.
And
Dukes going to run that one. He picks up some. 8 yards.
So now you
he gets
can see
taken
what
down.
The change in game plan.
The Argos going to have to kick this one away. The defense blitzing hard here from the Stampeders.
Rush 3, but this is the
coming in on the rush.
I'm going to spy Cameron Dukes. This is what they did 2 weeks ago against the BC Lions on film. They just got to make
the Dukes
play.
had to use his feet. Got a couple blocks, but just couldn't pick up enough yardage. Here's the kick. It's going to come all the way back to the Stampeders. 10. They run back to the 5. Here come the Stamps. Tripped up at about the 13.
Does everything that he can to return it, but with the breeze at his back here in Calgary.
So Calgary now
is another monster.
Gonna get a chance to do it all again as Haggerty just launching at 68 yards. Wow. The more Haggerty kicks, the more I get impressed. So they're going to have a little break here to regroup, and we'll see what Calgary can do with their set of downs. I'm sure Dukes and his line going to have a conversation on the bench to say, guys, what happened? You know, it's so bizarre because there are some plays when Dukes has all day. Like I said earlier, he could have a picnic out there before they let the Stampeders line get through. But on that particular play, the line just completely disappeared and they were not able to get in and get through. I do want to say again, welcome in everyone who's new, who's joining us. Thank you for being here today. My name is Sam. Welcome to the Samwelb 12 experience. We love our Argos. I am from the Toronto area. I'm a huge Toronto homer when it comes to sports, and we do a ton of sports play-by-play and coverage. So we happy that you're joining us here today. Make sure to check out some of our other video and sports shorts that we have posted. We'll be here kind of streaming from time to time throughout the summer. We really get going in the fall when hockey picks up. We'll have lots of hockey here on the channel this year, and I cannot wait for it to get going. So thank you for checking us out. Thank you for being here. Thanks to those who hit the like and, of course, those who have subscribed today. We really do appreciate it. Not only are we kind of following the Argos this summer, we are following the Olympics. Hopefully, we will have more Olympic coverage coming up. I tell you, the one thing is these time changes. Some of the stuff you want to see is just at brutal times of the day. All right, they're getting ready to come back. The Stampeders trying to get things done. They're going to be pinned back in their own zone. Let's see if they can cross the field as quick as they did on the last drive before they got stopped.
As quickly as he can.
Brian, how's it going? Welcome in.
Good
Talking school colors. My wife, 45 years now. The school was Bramley SS. Colors are blue, light blue, and white. Argos colors. There you go.
To start things out.
45 years.
In the middle
Congrats,
of the pile.
Brian. That's awesome.
At the bottom, there it is. Ralph Hawley, number 99, making the play.
Moving in on the
I tell you, I spent some
You're
time in the Argos organization myself back in the day.
As they keep bringing pressure
And everything I wore back then ended up being double blue, light blue, dark blue. Even when I bought my pair of Nike shoes, I got those Nike Shots where they were light blue and dark blue. It was perfect Argo colors.
Wandering around before they get themselves set. Sopik shows a blitz
Here's
off the
the
edge.
snap. Calgary back with it. They're going to go cross field. Nice catch. First down and more, up to about the 34, 33, depending on where that spot is going to be.
A little bit of
The
yardage
forward
there.
momentum is stopped.
There's a zone. Here comes Trevor Sopik.
And a huge shout out to everybody in the Toronto Argonauts organization. Working in sports is a tough, around the clock job, and we appreciate everything they do.
First dig clears out. Second dig, you throw underneath it. That's a simple high-low read. Everybody lifts.
Here we go, first and 10 from the Calgary 32. Gonna fake the handoff. Gonna come across the middle again, but I think this was a dropped ball.
Intended for Reggie Beggleton as they keep trying to go back to Reggie here to get the wheels turning on the Stampeders offense, but it'll create second and 10.
Beggleton not able to reel that one in.
2 weeks ago, they had a ton of drops against Ottawa.
Second and 10 now.
This is one of the first drops you're seeing. It's just you got to make sure in Canadian Football League with 2 downs to get a first down, you can't drop the football. I like the movement, trying to help the quarterback get on the edge, but you got to catch the football.
Perfect colors together.
Second and 10.
Went to
Clark
Peel
Barnes
Memorial.
Splits out
Gold
to the
and
top
green.
of your screen.
Yeah, gold and
Benji
green is
Franklin
tough.
was
Gold
out
and
there
green
to
is tough.
Defend him.
Off the draw, coming back, stamps across the middle.
Going
to pick up a couple big stiff arm. And there's a secondary tackle. Great stiff arm by the Stampeders coming through. And then the Argos come up with the tackle.
Done a really good job. I love this kid. They like to bring him in some pressure
I
situations.
will say, you know, year over year, I know the jerseys
hands,
change. I know the
does a really
jerseys
good
change.
job
But this year, up around the shoulder,
this is not easy.
they have a design that's supposed to be oars, like canoe, paddle oars.
Good job.
And I got to tell you, I'm not a fan because it kind of looks like they're wings or like a medieval kind of shielding. It looks weird. It's the only thing I'm not a fan of these jerseys.
At the back of
the Stamp's going to kick it off. Argos receive, nowhere to go. So the Argos going to have an opportunity to get the ball back. Cameron Duke's going to come out with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Argos still with a hefty lead. Trying to get this one down. Of course, the Argos making it fun to watch. The Argos are kind of a Jekyll and Hyde type of team this year. Some games you're, wow, they're awesome. And other games you're like, I can't believe they can't get anything done. It's crazy. All right, thank you, Brian. I appreciate the feedback. We can make that adjustment for sure. It's a pretty good crowd there, Dallas. That's the thing with the Canadian Football League. When you start going out to Calgary, Edmonton, Saskatchewan, BC, they're always good crowds. You know, Middle and Western Canada supports their teams like crazy. Montreal usually draws well. Hamilton does okay as well. Toronto, I think, is probably the weakest attendance when it comes to CFL teams. The Toronto group definitely, and again, it's nothing about the front office. It's nothing about the organization. It's just the people of Toronto, you know, have a weak relationship with the Argonauts. And we noticed it back when they performed at Rogers Center, aka Skydome. You know, in the heyday, in the early 2000s, I think, when they first came out of receivership, they were drawing some very, very big crowds. And then things kind of turned around. And when they moved to BMO Field, the crowds definitely dwindled, if you will. So if you're interested in the Helsinki Cup, Canada versus Switzerland kicks it off early tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. I just need them to realize they have a running back. Absolutely.
Cam Dukes with Deontay McMahon.
Here we go. Maybe they'll start using him now, Burns. Nope, they're going to fake that handoff. Dukes falling back, fade away. He launches it, but that's going to be incomplete because everyone wants a Skydo. Yeah, you know, it's funny, Jonathan. Way back in the day, they actually debated about moving stadiums. The Rogers Center at one point in time talked about putting in real turf, right, for baseball, real turf. And if they did that for baseball, it meant they wouldn't be able to convert the stadium to football, which obviously, you know, they never ended up doing because it would have hurt a lot of the concerts and other things they put in there. Here comes Dukes. More to come on that thought. Dukes back with it. 2nd and 10 and throw over the middle. Argos nowhere to go. They pick up about 4 or 5. Coxey gets taken down. So they're going to have to kick this one away. So the big rumor back in the day, right, was the Argos were going to move from Rogers Center to York University. Right, there's a lot of talk. I think there was some surveys sent around of the Argonauts moving to York University. That never came to fruition. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. That would have been real interesting to see the Argos play at York. Kind of more uptown. Probably would have got a lot more people from York region going to the games. And of course, the university students would have supported it. Argo's going to kick this one away. Almost a block. Wow. Stamp's coming very close. And this kick going to roll all the way to the end zone. It's going to the back of the end zone, and it's going to go through the end zone. So another single point here for the Argos. Argos, 23 points now on the board. 2 single points for the Argonauts here. So instead of going to York University, they made the decision to go to BMO Field at CNE Stadium, Exhibition Place. And I know there were a lot of concerns from a lot of people.
On my shoulder and keeps me with that hard work.
Right,
mentality
to
where you got to
take public transportation if you're living north.
I really feel like that every single day.
You know, now there's the TTC subway that does come into, you know, York region a little bit. But you take the subway.
Division III, Cortland State.
And the way you got to get off at Union and switch to a streetcar. You take the GO train, down to Union Station and switch GO trains, and then take a streetcar or GO train to the CNE. So it's not the easiest direct to get to. And of course, driving, anytime you drive to Toronto, it's construction mayhem. So that, I'm sure, hurts attendance a little bit.
Yeah, Jake talked about, like, in college,
but the fans that show up are loud and they do support this team. And the Argos are a lot of fun to see live. If you've never been to the Argos live, you got to check them out at some point. Stamps going way downtown. No catch, but that's going to be a pass interference call. Defensive pass interference. Sopik is going to get the call. That was a huge bomb.
Number 32. It's going to be first down for Calgary at the spot of the foul.
At the spot of the foul, which means Calgary is going to pick up like 40 yards here. 34 yards. Unbelievable. They went way downtown. It was a big battle. Big battle for this ball, but a shove at the end. You can't do that. Just with the right arm reaches out and gives a little shove to push him off. Logan goes down, not able to catch the ball. And that is a big penalty, all the way down to the Toronto 36. And we're getting a challenge here. Dinwiddie is going to challenge it.
Challenged for a potential fumble by Reggie Beggleton. Won that, got possession. And he's defending, it looks like Fraser Sopik.
They're having the conversation
here with this challenge.
Yep, so now we'll try to see what this angle looks like.
There definitely was contact. There's contact on both guys.
The ruling on the last play, they believe there should not have been pass interference. The play will be reviewed.
Sopik did get a
You see
shove
some
with
hand
that
play.
right arm at the end.
Here's another
Dinwiddie
look
is
at it.
2 for
They're
5
running
in terms of
downfield.
winning
Sopik's
challenges
doing a good
this year.
job. He's got his right hand there, just trying to push.
So with
Whether
that last
little push
forearm,
right there into his leg is what caused it. But I
oh,
like
and then
what
of
did
course
with
he
his right hand.
slides into him with his right foot, cleat to the ribs, and then knee to the head. So big collision at the end of that. Logan is okay.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to reach the people that are going to make the
I don't
decision
know
in
if the
time.
command center
But
has
that
a
was
video.
definitely-
Video to him.
From the camera angle that they showed from the review, it looks like with that right arm, it's the shove.
Certainly.
It's a lot of screens
Brian,
there.
I
That's
agree.
like-
As much as I'd love to
Tough
see it
to run with
overturned,
Pete and Logan right down
I
the
think it
seam,
is.
though.
I think
Tough
it is
cover
the
for a
right call.
linebacker
Let's
like
see on this
Bridges.
other
Yeah,
angle.
and you can see right here.
So
You
he
can see
kind
that
of grabs
right
the
hand.
arm a little
Is
bit.
Is there a push on him? This will be interesting. We'll get an announcement.
So there was a
Referee Ben Major has the call.
clutching back and forth. Hang
Upon
on.
further review, the ruling on the field stands. Toronto loses their challenge
Yeah.
and a team timeout.
The rule
Well,
stands
there's
and they
anything
lose a
conclusive to
timeout.
say that
That was a very,
no
very quick
overturn was
review.
on the field.
There was a
Yeah,
little
he
bit
did
of a
get that.
grab.
The shoulder
The
pad.
hand gets
At the
smacked
38
away. Another
yard
grab,
line.
and then it looked like a
His right
shove
leg
at
kind
the
of
end with the
pushed
right
on to
arm.
Stephen Logan.
Feet
So,
got
albeit
tangled.
through
They
penalty
definitely
yardage, a
did
little
get
bit of
tangled
life
as
here for
well.
the Calgary Stampeders
But
as
I
they
think
cross midfield.
With the shove, as he went
On the
down, they
Fraser
got
Sopik
tangled up
defensive
after.
pass interference
So I think
call.
it's the right
Into
call.
lane.
As
So
much
this
as
is
I
an
don't
on-field
want it
goal
to
right
be,
now, so they need
I
some
think it is the
positive
right
yards. They
call.
need
So
to finish with
Calgary
at least 3 points.
advances
Get
to
it
the
back to
Toronto
14
38 with a
Left-ear
very
Philpott
bad
from the backfield,
penalty.
throw it underneath.
It's
Reggie
going to be thrown
Pendleton
over the middle. They're going
tries
to run
run
this
away
up
from
to about
John
the
Jones,
7.
who wraps him up just shy of the 30-yard line.
So the Stampeders
I like the
desperately
back
trying
out,
to get some
throw it back
points
inside
on
to
the
Reggie
board here.
Bagleton. Get the back out in the flat, create some space, throw it to Reggie Bagleton. Nice completion.
But just to
Phil
finish that
Potted,
earlier
full
thought,
tuck
BMO
come to the
Field is a
sideline.
great
They gave
place.
one play
It is a
off
very
there for
cool. It
Peyton
has a little
Logan
bit of an
after
old
he
school
was
vibe.
stretching out, trying to reach that
It is a
JPR pass
fun place
attempt
to
on the
watch
Fraser
sports.
Sopik
If you've
pass
never been,
interference.
you need to go check
Back
it
in
out
the ball
at
game
least once.
alongside.
It is a lot of
Stampeders
fun, and again,
quarterback.
the Argo fans
Inside
make it
handoff,
exciting.
right down the middle of the
Dan's
field.
going to hand
Nice
this
run
off.
that
They're going
time,
to run
and
it
they'll
over.
pick up the
First down and more.
Calgary creating a couple extra edges. What does that mean? They put extra
50
players
seconds
at
left
the
and
widest
counting
parts
as
of
the
the
third
line of
quarter is
scrimmage,
on its way
so
to
they
a
get
close.
opportunities to hit it up inside.
Of course,
so nobody can blitz
no
off the
pressure.
edge and get involved in the second and short run. Nice wind back for the first down.
Play clock whistled in here as the Stampeders
A lot of Argo
break
sweaters
the
out here
huddle.
in
An extra
Calgary. When the
offensive
yeah,
lineman
for
in
sure.
as a
That's
tight end on the
one
right-hand
thing,
side of
Brian,
Jake
with a
Mayer.
lot of these teams. You know, wherever they go, there's
Rochelle
always sweaters of
floats
both
out that
teams
direction
in the
as well.
crowd.
They get the numbers advantage.
Here's
and
a
they get
quick
it to
throw
Michelle,
over the line of
who's inside
scrimmage,
the 20 and down
picking
to
up
the
about 8 or
16-yard
9 here,
line.
so
That'll be
close to
to
another first down.
on first down.
I may be biased. That's okay, Curtis.
I do like what has happened here.
The
Every
thing about the
time- every
CFL
time
is
you got a run
the
called
fans
and
of these
somebody
teams
blitzes
love
off
them,
this
and there are
edge,
fans
you disengage
everywhere.
the run and you throw. This is called a kill. These
You
are
go
called
to an Argo
kills.
game
When
in
you
any
have a
city,
run play and somebody
and there's
blitzes
going to be
your
Argo
run kill,
jerseys.
your run play,
You come watch
attach
any
routes
team in Toronto,
to
and there's going to be
protect you so you
opposing
don't get a
sweaters in the
negative
crowd as
yardage
well.
play. Jake Marson at
It's
Ackery
awesome.
puts him in second and short again.
Tommy Stevens.
2nd and 1 at the Toronto 17
Short
in
yardage
strike
quarterback into
distance.
the ball game
Last
here
play of
against
the third
Argonauts
quarter.
front.
They're going to run this one over
Decides to
for a
go left
first
this
down.
time, has the first down. Pushed backwards by John Jones, and that
So
will do
Stevens
it for
again
the
carries
third
that one over.
quarter
Stevens
here.
has been their
Just one
short
quarter
yardage
remaining in week
quarterback
number
of the
9
day.
for CFL.
So we go to the fourth quarter with a 23-6 Argonaut lead, but the Flames are looking to strike. And will they put some more points on the board to start the fourth quarter? They're going to need to have a monster quarter number 4 to get things done. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That would tie it up. Right? 2 touchdowns would make it 20. A field goal to tie. 3 scores. It's a 3-score game. A long way to go. Calgary can do it, but they have to hold the Argos off the board. If the Argos find a way to score one more time, it should seal the deal. I mean, right now, I think this game is at a reach just seeing as it's going, but you never know. Again, very, very, very small yardage overall. Not a lot of yards gained by either team. If we do a quick review of these stats, 14 first downs each. The Stamps are 3 for 3 on third down efficiency. Toronto has not attempted. Total yards, 223 for the Stamps, 226 for the Argos. It breaks down for the Stamps, 155 passing, 68 rushing. For the Argos, 123 passing, 103 rushing. The Argos are 3 for 3 in the red zone. Stamps are 0 for 1. 8 penalties for Calgary, 7 for the Argos. Time of possession, 24.5 minutes for Calgary, 20.5 for the Argos. The Stamps with 2 turnovers, Toronto with none. So that's how this all breaks down at this point going into quarter number 4. Let's see
any
how
opportunity
this
of
plays
explosive plays
out.
downfield. They just
Gotta
haven't
get
done it.
things going.
You know, is there an opportunity
I've
on
been
short
teasing my
yardage
Stampeder
situations to
fan
not get the
neighbors.
running
The
play,
Argos have to
take a
win.
shot
There you
downfield,
go.
because it's just too hard for them.
They gotta
to
do it for
manufacture
Brian.
touchdowns right now with how well Toronto's playing defensively.
Again, welcome in everybody
and
who's
putting
just
in
joining
long
us.
yardage
Welcome
situations. So on a second
to the
and
fourth
short,
quarter.
on a second
Thanks
and
for
1,
being
a second
here.
and 4 to 5, can you take one of those shots when you hope
To a Toronto
you have a
team,
better opportunity of
the Toronto
being
team of the
close to the line
summer,
scrimmage with their defensive back.
who actually has
Trying to
put a
avoid
couple
becoming
wins on the
1
board.
and 3 against the East, as well as
Let's
the
see
East
what they can do
resurges.
here.
The strength of the division
Calgary
has shown out this year. The East 12 and 6 in
looking
games against
to
the West,
score.
and have won the last
Stay.
6 interdivisional
They got the
games
first down.
versus West Division clubs. So interesting to
They're
see
on the
Calgary
Toronto
trying
15.
to push back against that here.
Here
to
we
end
go.
week number
First
9
play
as
of the
Mayer
fourth quarter.
floats
It's
this one
tipped,
to the
and
line
that's
of
going to go
scrimmage. It didn't get there the way
incomplete.
that Eccles thought it would. Who got their hand up at the line of scrimmage?
So a quick throw. Toronto gets a tip ball.
Looks like
Going to drop incomplete. So second and 10 is Mayer was going for the quick strike, just as Cameron Dukes did earlier when he threw that
sometimes when
quick
you
strike
can't get
just
home in your
inside
pass
the end
rush,
zone.
As you're trying to go, just put your hand up.
To Sindani.
Sometimes you're going to be like,
Thank
I
you
can't
so
get
much for
home.
hitting that
I
like.
got 2
I
linemen
appreciate it.
blocking me. Throw your hand up, knock the ball down, you get the same result. Second and 10.
Robbie Smith, Jake Serezna.
Calgary
Working on that
sending it up
left-hand
again from the
side.
15. Second and 10.
There's
Looking
5
for the
receivers
major.
available for Mayer. Flags come
Here it
up.
is. Flags
Mayer
all over the
looks
place.
into
Here's a
end
long
zone.
shot to the end zone.
Did he
Caught
haul it
for a
in? He did.
touchdown. Stampeders.
Tightening down the advantage for Toronto. We'll see what the flags are.
Offside, Toronto, number 40.
It's offside Toronto. That's going to be declined. Calgary with the score. When it matters, Calgary. Mayer putting it together. That was actually the wrong button. I didn't mean to hit that sound. Woo! That's what I meant to hit.
Can't get there in time.
So good job,
Great
Calgary,
throw
trying to
on the
make
inside.
this a
Great
game.
anticipation by the quarterback here, Jake Mayer, and gives them the opportunity to get back into this game, get this crowd going. It's a
So
really
that's
good
the
drive to
first
start the
score.
fourth
It was a
quarter.
three.
They've got
They
the win
needed
with
3
two
scores.
marshals, so, you know, they should gain
tie it
field
up or
position
take the
because they
lead.
get
There's
every
number
kick play
1.
They do throughout this quarter.
8 plays, 70
Wow.
yards in 3:44.
We got a fourth quarter here, ladies and
Football game
gentlemen.
after the extra point.
We got a fourth quarter coming up.
You start with a pass interference, and that pass interference flips the field for you a little bit. Reggie Bagleton, he's been great this game.
It's a
Couple runs
10-point
inside.
game.
Right, just a rhythm here offensively.
And the way they've been
Throws on
moving
the
across the
outside to make
field,
sure they've been
they could do it. This is
bunch of this
trouble
game, so
for the
now they
Argos.
get the opportunity for the shot play on that nice long drive right there for the finish.
And how about this with Mark and Michelle getting into the end zone? The 2017 Calgary Stampeders was the last time that they have been able to have 4 receivers cross the 700-yard mark as a group. They had 4 that went over 700 yards. They're on pace for that again this year. Mark and Michelle did it in 2017 with Calgary. He might do it again here in 2024. In 17, it was Markway McDaniel, Tavares Daniels, Kamar Jordan, and Mark and Michelle.
Amazing. I love watching Mark and Michelle. UMass product. Right, that was a great
All right,
movie.
Stamps are going to kick this one
Broke
off.
back in.
Argos haven't had a good return yet. This is going way back into the end zone, and it's going to roll out. So the Stampeders pick up their first single point of the game. I didn't factor the singles into my score calculation.
Here we get a chance
So that's
to
going to
see
make it
exactly what the Argonauts have been
23-14.
doing in closeout stages of games throughout this season, Lapham.
Yeah, outscoring opponent.
Toronto outscoring opponents 69-49 in the fourth quarter this season. A 20-point differential, so the stats say good things for the Argos. They got to put it together now. They got to have good time clock management, and they got to move the ball. They got to get some first downs.
That's how you can get away. This game gets away from people in the fourth quarter.
Toronto on the field. Duke's going to take it. Doesn't hand it off. Now he's going to get taken down from behind just over the line of scrimmage. So Dukes picks up about 2 yards.
Continuing to try and use his legs to separate.
Yeah, Burns, right? It makes the game real exciting.
That time Clarence Hicks brings him
You only got 2 downs. 2 downs to make 10 yards.
Better protection now,
so if you drop the ball, if you have an incomplete pass, it hurts.
Breaking contain.
You got to be good with your play calls. You got to be accurate with your throws. You got to catch that ball. 2nd and 8. They don't hand it off again. Look out, Cameron Dukes, sack-a-lacka-lacka-lacka for a huge loss. Charlie, hello there, welcome in. Huge loss, my goodness. EG in the house.
Man coverage once again.
Let's go, Toronto. That's right, EG. Toronto
Watch the rush coming across.
having some struggles here. The end of the third, beginning of the fourth.
So
Dukes went to turn around, kind of blindsided to run, and he turns right into the rushing Calgary player.
That's what it looks like. They stopped playing football. And again,
Burns,
if
no.
sure,
The parlay is done.
Go. Even if you hear a whistle, if somebody on the other side of the line of scrimmage moves, you move.
The Toronto's going to kick this one away. It's 3rd and 20 from the own Toronto 30-yard line.
Just 8 sacks. They've got 5 tonight.
We had a 10-yard bench penalty against Calgary.
Whoa!
For hitting one of our officials. 10 yards applied from the point where the ball went dead. 3rd down.
10-yard
contact with an
field
official,
penalty on the bench for Calgary for hitting the official.
That would have been a first down. After all that momentum has been built over the last 2 plays and the
Calgary bench penalty for bumping one of the officials.
That are pro Calgary in this ball game.
Unbelievable. That would have ended up being a Toronto first down, but it was from where the play ended. So because it was a huge loss, it moves it up to 3rd and 10. So Toronto still has to kick it away. Unbelievable.
Don't touch the officials. Marshall, don't touch the officials.
It's a simple rule to follow, right?
They need safety too, right? Player safety, official safety.
Got under 48.5.
They talk things over down on the sideline and
minus 3.5.
Get set to resume play. Haggerty had those booming boots throughout the night. Can he continue it here?
Let's see what Haggerty can do. Toronto letting the clock run down.
To help maintain a field position advantage for the Argonauts. Something Calgary has not given up much of throughout this year.
Here's the snap. Haggerty's going to put it up. He's had some real rockets.
Good amount into it.
This one to the 23. Calgary receiving. They dance a few yards up and get taken down just about the 29.
Making his impact felt.
They're going to go to a commercial break before the Stamps take the field again and get things going. It's Haggerty, 49 yards. Needed to get only 40 yards. I won soccer bets that was attached. This was the last part. Oh no, Burns. Oh, this was the last part. And usually Kadeem Carey runs a ton. Usually he runs a ton. And he just hasn't. He's only had 5 carries today for 17 yards, which I don't get. Run the clock out when they get the ball back. Well, what happened there? Ball back, clock when they get the ball back, stop. Yeah, EG, you're good. I don't see what you put in. I didn't see any foul language there, so the bot kind of knocked you out. So I apologize for that. Sometimes the bot takes short forms and whatnot and thinks it is Or sees as bad language. I didn't see anything there. They need to get 23 yards. 23 yards, that's it. That's not a lot. Next Friday in Toronto. Yeah, big back-to-back, right? Love when they do back-to-backs against the same teams. But let's see what Toronto can do here. I don't know why it deleted all the messages, though. That's really weird. Here they come. Oh, my God. Big run from Calgary to the midfield and a huge takedown. A big collision and a big run from Calgary. Uh-oh, better get Mako. This Argo team needs some retooling. Big handoff and a big run. A little trickery here. Nice run here for Calgary. Some great blocking, and Calgary picking up a big, big run. 25 yards. They're going to bring this across midfield. Here comes the Stamps again, down to the Argo 50. Stampeders pressing hard. We said they needed 3 scores before to tie. They did score the single. So they are 9 points down. A touchdown and a field goal puts them in the lead by 1. So at the Toronto 49, welcome in if you're just joining us. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for us. Hit that like button. Here they come again. They're going to hand it off. Another big run, a first down and more, down to the Argo 40. So the Stamps are finding a way. Argos have a history of blowing it. Yeah, this defense, the defense that has played well at times, seems to be letting a lot get through right now. But they ran one play to the left. This time they run almost the exact same play around to the right. And they pick up another. Good downs. Jalen Philpott carrying it through. Here they go from the Toronto 40. This time they're back to pass. And they're going way downtown. And it's caught. Get out of town. And it's a touchdown, Calgary. You gotta be kidding me. Touchdown! Holy cow. What a play. Jake Mayer to Eccles. A bomb. Holy cow. 40 yards. We talked about how he can go down deep. And he launches one. Going up, making the catch at about the 5. He goes down, but nobody touched him. McFadden didn't touch him. So he's able to get back up and he dives over the end zone for the score. So I'm sure there's going to be replay. And the Argos can't challenge. They've lost their challenge. They've lost a timeout. McFadden was so close. The extra point is up and it's good. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Argos were dominating this game, we now have a 2-point game. That's how important those single points are. The Argos have 2 single points in today's game, and that's why they are now up by 2.
Adds another touchdown.
They're going to a commercial break. They're going to regroup. Unbelievable. What a fourth quarter here for the Calgary Stampeders. This is incredible. This is why the Canadian Football League is so bloody exciting. The fourth quarter, Mayer with a 15-yard pass for the TD to make it 23-13. They then hit a single to make it 23-14. And now a pass for 35 yards for the touchdown makes it 23-21. All of that happened. Those 3 scores happened in about 3.5 minutes. Crazy. David, how's it going? Welcome in. Absolutely crazy pants. That was an incredible catch. An incredible catch. And wow. My mind is blown right now. I cannot believe that in like 3.5 minutes or so, Calgary able to score twice, and technically 3 times if you count that single. We got 10.5 minutes approximately left. The Argos with a 2-point lead. I can't believe it. I did not see this coming. Wow. I'm very curious to see how the Argonauts are going to respond right now. Mayer up to 241 yards with that toss. Incredible. Receiving. Bagleton is up to 94 yards. Eccles is up to 50 yards. It's absolutely wild. Use the running back. Use the running back. That's what they need to do. Get that running back going for the Argos. That is one thing they haven't done at all today. Now we got to see what they can do. Welcome in, everybody, if you're just coming in. What a great time for you to join us. Here's the kick. We got a close game here, 23-21. The Argos going to receive at their 2. They're going to run this to the 10, to the 20. They're going to get taken down about the 25. The Argos. Wow. That's right, only 2 downs. You got to use the run. However, they got to also use the clock. A lot on the line here. The Calgary Stampeders trying to hang on to their undefeated streak at home. They've won 3 in a row. They've lost all 4 on the road, but they're 3-0 at home. The Argonauts trying to extend their win streak to 2. They won last week. They would love a win here today. But what a comeback. The Stampeders have the momentum going. Let's see how their D can play. Can Toronto keep their cool? Cameron Dukes, the youngster. Can he get it done? He's 13 for 16 today, 123 yards passing. He's also taken 11 carries for 87 yards. Kadeem Carey, only 5 carries today for 17 yards. The Argos going to start here from their 25-yard line. We got 10:16 on the clock.
Under 2 minutes, and finished off by that man, Cam.
Wow.
I just keep thinking about this.
What control by the Stampeders.
And the win, Calgary's got the win, so I think every time.
And the wind is a factor.
Toronto, they're going to gain.
Parrish was down on the field for the Argonauts, so he's being helped off. The wind is a factor, definitely. If you're kicking with the wind, it helps. When you're kicking against the wind, funny things can happen. So here we go from the Toronto 25. Let's see this fourth quarter magic. Quick pass across to the line of scrimmage, and Moore picking up about 7. 6, all right, 6. Mattel going to bring that one in.
Here, but they've been doing all game. Kevin Mattel, really good.
Let's go.
Coaches really love him. They say he's.
Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe. Welcome to the channel.
Role, which everybody kind of talks about now.
Raylene, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
We're going to give him some opportunities to run the football this season, and also
111 yards in the first half for Dukes. He has not really thrown the ball in this second half. Now he's stepping back. He's looking downfield. He's going to run it again. First down, and he's going to slide. What's with Dukes with these head-first slides? You see a lot of quarterbacks going in with the feet-first slide. Duke, several times, is kind of almost like a Superman dive. Slides head-first in.
At the top of the screen, actually comes in and blocks.
They are going to get the first down.
What happens, Cameron Judge has to peel
Duke's almost 100 yards rushing today.
So that gives Cameron really good recognition about Cameron.
Someone needs to remind Dukes, if you want to be the quarterback, you got to throw the ball. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Here's the snap. Now they give it to Kadeem Carey. Carey, he's going to bust through for about 6. 6 or 7.
Nice piece on first down.
So there you go. Burns, Carey finally picking up some yards.
Really good. This is how they've been playing their game.
What did you need? You needed 40, right?
Cameron Duke's running, a couple inside runs. Some of them working, some put their
That's going to be 24.
They have to have something of their own. They got to do a Kevin Mattel. They got to do something that's not Kadeem Carey.
They're now up to the 47, 2nd and 3.
speed sweep, something on the perimeter. Like
Argos
Calgary's
set.
done.
I would give it to Carey and run this again. And they do. Carey makes a juke and jive. He's going to get to that first down line more.
Keelan Thomas was the one that made first
There you go,
contact with him,
27
and
now.
another Stampeder
Burns, he's 13
came
yards
flying
away from
in,
your
and
40.
Carey's been putting the shoulder down and through people the last couple weeks.
Yeah, every time he ends
that's
up
a good job.
winding back, which happens here, he starts to wind back. There's pressure. Again, they didn't make the tackle. Calgary's in the backfield. You know, as a D coordinator,
So time right now,
when you're in
I'll
the
tell you as soon
backfield,
as they
you're in a
bring it
position
back
to
up
make the
here.
tackle, and you can't. But hey, good running backs lift their legs, get them off the ground, and have
7:38
high
left
knee
on the
action,
clock.
great high knee action for the
7:38.
first
Yeah, it
down.
refreshes every
For
couple
Gideon
of
Carey,
minutes.
0 runs of 20 plus this
Gordon,
year. He's
hello there,
averaging
welcome in.
5.5 per.
Here's a snap back.
Dukes
Who has the
hands
ball?
it off once again.
Handing it off. Carey now up to 31
First down.
yards.
Looks like they'll get a gain of 3.5.
There you go,
4 on the play,
Burns.
and they'll make
9
some
yards away.
substitutions. Out goes
Second
Gideon Carey
and
Albert
6.
Awache, the fullback.
Second
This is a good
and
drive.
6.
Flipping the field, so if they do
Up
have
to the
bunt, they're gonna make it a
54, so
really
they're almost
long
at
field for the Calgary
midfield, almost at the
Stampeders.
midfield marker.
Get the run game going. Lean on
Argos
this
want to
top
run as
offensive
much
line,
clock
pushing
as they
football
can here.
in the Canadian football.
The Stampeders have been dominant at the end of the third and into the
To get a
fourth.
victory here in Calgary. Snap their undefeated home streak to start
Second
this
and
season.
6, they're going to throw. Back to passes,
And
Dukes. He's
down
looking
the middle
deep.
of the
He's
field,
going to
shot
launch this
over
one
the top.
way downtown, way over the head of its
Closest
intended
player there,
target.
trying to find Davaris Daniels, incomplete.
Daniels,
This
nowhere
is,
close.
second and medium. This is, hey,
and that's
let's
going to bring it
take a
to
shot
third
here.
and 6. Don't
So
like
they're
that play
gonna
call.
Trust the protection's going to hold up. You watch
Burns
right
bet
here,
3
it's gonna be
versus
a
3
dig,
Olympic
and then he
basketball,
takes
easy
the
money.
dig upfield. So
Really,
this is
you know what?
called
I haven't
what you call a
watched
stutter. He's gonna
any of
start
the
breaking
3-on-3
in, and then
basketball.
he
Has it been
stutters, trying to
good?
get on
Is
the
it
free
worth
safety,
watching?
Trying to get Bentley Sanders to
So I'm not
trying
a
to give
fan
an
of that play
opportunity
call.
to get over the top of
'Cause
him.
now the
Just
Argos
missed the
have to
throw a
kick
little
this
bit.
one
That's why
away.
you take some of those shots on second and medium, because that's when you're getting opportunities with the DBs up at closer to the line.
Again, running the clock
Just shy
down.
of midfield here is where they'll
There
snap
they
it
go.
back to Haggerty.
Another big kick. This is going to come to the
Wobbling
Stamps.
boot drops down to the
13.
15-yard
They're going to
line.
start to run it up and
As he'll get
take it out of
pushed
bounds at about the
out of
23.
Will Hyman
So Hyman is
Cam
looking for a
Eccles
call there. Doesn't get
into
it.
the end zone.
You're
and
betting you
hoping
can
he
tell who's going to win.
have a
Oh,
repeat
interesting.
performance and take the
All right,
lead.
6:18 to
Just
go. 6:18 to go. We have a two-score game, 2-point game. No, it sucks. All right, thanks, Gordon. Appreciate it. Yeah, they haven't shown much of it on TV, and I haven't really gone to watch any of it offline. I did watch a little bit of the sailing today. That was awesome. Man, rough waters. Those sailors are intense. But what a game here. The Stampeders with a chance to come back. So Canada only has 3 downs. That's right, EG. Bit of a different game. So we have a longer field, right? Instead of 100 yards, it's 110 yards. So an extra 10 yards. It is also wider. It's a wider field. 3 downs in Canadian football. 3 downs to go 10 yards. So usually it's 2 and out. And of course, the Canadian Football League balls are fatter. They're bigger balls. Sports VIP. All right, interesting. I'll have to check that out. But let's keep that out of the chat. So yeah, the Canadian Football League is a very different style of game than the NFL. If you haven't watched it before, it's actually really exciting because it's only 3 downs. Things happen very fast. I need a Toronto stop. I should not bet it and waited. Oh, they'll come up with it. Host, you can't say that on stream. This is a family show. 3 versus 3 is raw. Thank you, Antoine. It is raw. All right, coming back from commercial break. What does Calgary have in store? They've been putting on the pressure. Can Toronto hold them? With just over 6 minutes to go in this game, Toronto is up 23-21. Joshua, welcome back. Good to see you.
Really good stuff from the Calgary
Let's see
Stampeders.
what the Argos defense can do.
Continue it here. Down
Dance
by
in
2.
motion to throw this over the middle.
Bagleton
Toronto
makes
gives
the
them
grab up to
Bagleton, give them the 5
26-yard
yards,
line as we
4 or
roll
5
towards
yards.
6 minutes remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, Brian. I mean, the players, they're not
This
as
is what he
not
talked
as big.
about.
They're
I'm gonna get the ball
smaller.
out of my hand. This is what Jake
But
Merritt
boy,
talked
can they
about.
run.
Say, I'm gonna get the ball out of my
You know,
hands
when
quickly. We're facing
Ricky
a gorilla in
Williams
front.
had his little hiatus from Miami and came up here to play for Toronto. He had a lot of good things to say, but people thought Ricky Williams, one of the greatest running backs of all time, would eat this league alive, and he didn't. He found it actually to be very difficult. Time for 2 and D. Let's see. 2nd and 6, bringing it back, throwing it over the middle. That's going to be caught right at the first down marker. The Argos say no. The Stampeders say yes. Are we going to get a measurement here?
First down marker. Expect Tommy Stevens to head off the sideline, but
they're still arguing about it. They're going to bring it out. Is this going to be 3rd? Let's see.
Love it.
It is a good catch. The Argos thought it hit the ground first. It was caught cleanly, and it is going to be 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches the call, so I assume Stevens is going to come in to drive this one over.
Tommy Stevens in 3rd and 1, down by 2, 5 minutes left.
Set up at the line.
End of the field.
There's the snap, and Stamps pick up that first down, and some roughhousing here after the play. Everybody jumping in. We got a fight here on the field. Flags on the play. We'll get some personal fouls, but a fight in the CFL is not like a real fight. With the helmets, there's no punches thrown. They're just grappling and wrestling around.
Mixed up with the Argonauts.
So Logan kind of getting in there. We'll see what the fouls are going to be.
We do not want to lose.
Holy moly, I forgot there's fireworks tonight. And there's certainly a whole lot of them going out outside.
Punch, packs a wallop.
It's either fireworks or a shootout, one of the two.
And everything else out of the backfield.
Definitely not as cool as a hockey fight. Juan, how's it going? Where can you stream this? Well, we get it on TSN. TSN is the only place I know that covers the Canadian Football League to watch. So we get that up here in the Toronto area. But you're welcome to hang out with us here. We only got about 4:44 left to go in this game.
Yeah, and this after the ball stuff is going to be
one more week. But Curtis, the CFL hasn't yet confirmed when he'll be returning. So we figure it's going to be about another week or so, but we're waiting on official word. Here's the call.
There's misconduct penalties, There's 4 of them. 84 and 20 Calgary, 19 and 9 Toronto. Everything offsets. It's first down for Calgary.
All right, so everything offsets. Misconduct penalties on both sides, 2 apiece. Everything offsets. Calgary comes away with the first down after all of that. Motions getting high here now. 1st and 10 at the Calgary 34. 4:44 left on the clock. They are down by 2. Stamps trying to come back and take the lead.
1st and 10.
Twin, I'm not sure, but here we get it on TSN. Here's the pass. Completion, Calgary picking up 9. Can Calgary win by 2?
Good vision by the quarterback. What do you do?
They can.
Take the ball, rip it. Put it on his outside shoulder.
They certainly can. Anything is possible. The good thing in the CFL, it's 3 points for a field goal, 6 points for a touchdown, 1 for the extra kick, so 7 total. And you can score single points. 2nd and 1 again, short yardage. Stampeders over the line for a first down. Stevens giving it to the Argos now, getting a little rough.
Automatic.
So we're under 4 minutes to go. 1st and 10 for Calgary. Calgary still pushing down towards the Argo end zone. 23-21 is the score. The Argos dominated the first half. Dukes was throwing like crazy. He was running. Dukes has 95 rushing yards, 130 throwing yards. He has not really thrown the ball that much here in the second half. Need the Argos to lock it down. Yeah, Twin, I feel you. Here's Calgary. Back to pass from their own 45. Across midfield. First down and more. The 50. The 40. Tackled at the Argos 37-ish. Oh, my goodness.
An inside move. Michelle's going to break in and then back
Unbelievable.
Out. Keep the will inside. That's what you're trying to do. Keep the will inside so you create space on the outside. As the coverage lifts, you throw it outside to them. Really excellent execution and a really good pass protection. I thought that play was going to take a little bit more time to develop. Really good pass protection. Here's a couple of thoughts. Watching how they've adjusted Calgary. Every 2nd and long, there's been a hard count, Marshall. Right? And that 1st and 10, they did what is what you call a Kodak, where you reset the defense, where you fake a cadence and you come back. They are trying to slow this pass rush
Oh
down.
my
I
goodness.
like it.
Unbelievable play. Ezekiel, welcome in. How can they score 1 point? In the Canadian Football League, on a kick, if you put it through the end zone, if you kick it through the end zone, or if you miss a field goal and it's received and not run out of the end zone, it's called a rouge, and you score 1 point. So in the Canadian Football League, you are able to score single points. So that's where it becomes real interesting. Run the clock and get the field goal to stay under. EG is like, just stay under. We both about to lose this one. You as a fan, me as a better. Burns, being a fan of all Toronto teams, you get used to losing a lot, and especially losing at the end. Gordon, how's it going? Argos, let's see if they can do it. Time is ticking. We're under 3 minutes to go. 2 points. Calgary is really pressing. Now, the clock in the Canadian Football League seems to take forever. Should Calgary score here within this next minute and give the Argos 2 minutes to march the field, it is definitely doable. It is definitely doable. They can get a sack, a turnover, interception. There's lots that can happen. What Calgary is doing very effectively right now is they are going with these short 5-6 yard passes because they've gone deep a lot of times. So they're forcing the Argos defense to play a little deeper, which opens up those short passes. Fresh money, welcome in. Argos and the over. I love that everybody has different wagers here. Everyone's going for something a little different. But there's a lot that can happen. If you're just coming in for the final few minutes here, thank you for joining us. Make sure you touch those thumbs up, hit that like for us, but hit that subscribe. We're going to bring as much CFL as we can down the stretch. Gordon, listen, he's a young kid. He's new. Cameron Dukes is doing his best. Toronto's waiting for their star quarterback, Kelly, to come back over the next couple of weeks. Money, what's going on? Money says, give me the under. Beverly, hello there. Welcome in. All right, here we go. Calgary down to the Toronto 38-yard line. 2:40 to go. Here's the snap. They're going to run this one. It's 1st and 10. Good job by the Argos defense holding them to the line of scrimmage. And a takedown for a loss of 1 or 2.
2nd and 11.
Monty, what's going on? Welcome in. That's my Chad Kelly. Yeah, Chad Kelly, he'll be back. We assume in a week or two. Boy, oh boy. How about the onside kick rule? Yeah, onside kicks are always fun as well.
Only gets 1 yard.
Well, tough down and distance here.
So Toronto 37 with the ball, 2nd and 9. Definitely within field goal range. So the Argos need a big stop here.
Or at least over the next 2
The
plays.
Stamps should be kicking with the win. Bringing it back. Here's a toss way up. It's incomplete. Oh, the Calgary receiver had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Unbelievable. That's going to be 3rd and 9. Banking on money. What's going on? Welcome in. This is very close. Gordon, welcome in. I believe in Joe Hendry and the Toronto Argonauts. Calgary had the reception. That would have been at the Toronto 25. He caught it, but couldn't hang on to the ball. So this is what it's going to come down to.
2 for 2 today.
2 for 2 is the field goal kicker. This is a 44-yarder. It's up, and that's going to be right down the middle. The Calgary Stampeders have taken the lead 24-23. With 2:05 left on the clock, we got a game. They came all the way back in this 4th quarter. Unbelievable. 24-23. David's call, it's going to be 26-24. Can the Argos march down the field?
For a long time. We're patient. We kind of find our spots. And
listen, worst case scenario, the Argos just have to get to the Calgary side. Because worst case, if it's too far for a field goal, they can kick one through the end zone for the single to tie it up and force overtime. Pyro, how's it going? Let's go. Wow. 2:05. It's a 1-point game. Calgary undefeated at home. They are looking to extend it. If you're just coming in and joining us, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe. We'd love to have you come back for more football, hockey, and all things Toronto. This is up. Toronto going to receive at their 5. Here they go, the 10, the 20. Bringing it up. Can't get quite to the 30, pretty close. There's going to be a lot of field Toronto needs to cover here. Absolutely, Ezekiel. Absolutely. We've seen them do it many times. Cameron Dukes himself. 3 game-winning drives. They got to be smart about their play calls right now. This is going to be interesting. Let's go Argos from their own 29-yard line. The crowd is loud here in Calgary. Seems to have thinned out a little bit. Here's the pass. Dukes is looking, lots of time. Going to go over to Carey. He gets stopped. He's only going to pick up about 4. Big stop here by Calgary. I can't take a double loss.
Wants to do. Everybody plays off in zone. The back is not going to be
coming up with a big stop up the middle. This is what it's all about. 2nd and 4. Dukes back to pass. He's looking at 3 different players. Got nowhere to go. Finally goes over the middle, picks up a first down to Carey. So Carey on the receiving end grabs the first down, 1.5 to go. Duke's taking a lot of time to find somebody. You can tell he looked at the primary, looked at the secondary, looked again back to the primary, then went over the top.
Trying to take those shots outside.
Time keeps on ticking. The clock only stops if it's out of bounds or an incomplete pass. Here they go back to Dukes. He's looking. He's got to throw. He's in trouble. Dukes is going to get sacked. Unbelievable. Sack-a-lack-a-lack. Dukes taken down. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be 2nd and 17. Things going from bad to worse for these Argonauts.
One-on-one situation.
The team needs to pull together and go forwards, not backwards.
Just driving the right guard straight back.
Dukes looking downfield. Rose pushing the Argo lineman right back into Dukes. Nowhere to go, and he goes down. Oh my goodness. Mike Rose's 2nd sack tonight for the Stampeders. So this is what it's all about. 2nd and 16 from the Toronto 33-yard line. 1:24 to go. Dukes back with it. Short pass up. Carey with a nice move. Gets to about the 45. It's not going to be enough. 3rd and 6. Toronto has to go for it.
Sprinting to the sideline as everybody's lifted. All you want to do now is
so
turn him back.
Argos need to get this one across. 6 yards. They got to pick this one up. They got to keep the drive alive. Back to pass. Over the middle. It's going to be knocked down. Turnover on downs. Unbelievable. No flags. Calgary gets their hands up and knocks the pass down. Incomplete pass. Turnover on downs with 1:09 left to go. Calgary picking up possession. Unbelievable. What a turnaround. Pyro, there is not 4 downs in the CFL. There's only 3. Only 3 downs in the Canadian Football League. Unbelievable.
And I'm just going to jump up when the rusher comes.
Duke's trying to go across the middle. Calgary sees it. The lineman going up with 2 hands and able to knock that one down.
Take as much time off the clock.
So Calgary now just going to look to run as much down as they can.
Extra edges.
Calgary trailed 23-6.
Going to run this one. It's quickly taken down.
They now lead 24-23.
Unbelievable.
Timeout.
And already right on the edge of
my neighbor is on his porch waving, wearing a Stampeder jersey. Brian, that's hysterical. Argos call a timeout.
end of game winners in this
Am I
stadium.
going to cover? I'm not coming for town for Labor Day, Beverly. I'm not, unfortunately. We're going to be up with the family, I think, on Labor Day. But we'll have to get some coverage in for sure. Labor Day, always a good rivalry. Toronto and Hamilton.
Huge split.
Unbelievable. What a turn of events. 104 to go. 2nd and 7 here.
Let's go
For Calgary.
It was Paredes.
Thank you, Pyro, so much for hitting that subscribe. Jonathan, welcome in.
As they try to salt this one away and maintain their undefeated streak at home.
Let's see.
Pressure on from the Argonauts.
They're going to run this one again. Stopped in the backfield, so it'll be a loss of a couple.
To make the play, and now
So with
Paredes wanders off the sideline.
1 minute left to go.
What will they go with? It is the field goal unit.
The field goal unit is going to come on here.
Mark Helm, special teams coordinator for the Stampeders, just talked about.
This is wild.
He just said he's as cool as ice. He's just he shows up every day.
This is absolutely incredible.
You'd think he was a rookie. How he prepared.
They're going to kick this field goal.
Every day.
Means Toronto will have just under a minute.
He was cool, and he was focused and ready to go.
Well, I'll have about 40 seconds because they can run this clock down. There's 13 seconds on the snap clock. So it'll be about 40 seconds or so left.
49 yards, just shy of 50, where he's made 14 of his
Burns, you would think so, but there is a lot of running.
Turns around.
And the field goal is good, so it's 27-23 Calgary. 39 seconds left on the clock. Toronto needs a touchdown to take the lead. Holy moly, what a game. What a fourth quarter for this Calgary team. This has been the fourth quarter of all fourth quarters. Let me tell you, at the 14:29, so about 30 seconds in, they scored a touchdown to make it 23-13. At 14:05, they scored a single to make it 23-14. At 10:49, they scored a touchdown to make it 23-21. All within a couple of minutes, they picked up 15 points. Then at 2 minutes, a field goal to take the lead. And right now, with 43 seconds left, a field goal to extend that lead. 39 seconds to go. The Argos have to make something happen. Now, they have a great receiver in Jarian Grant. He has returned a number for touchdowns. Can he do it here? From the 1 yard line, 10, 20, up the middle. He gets hit hard. Oh boy, did he take a big pop there. He goes down. Wow. He went down like Mike Tyson hopes to drop Paul. A big pop right head on head. Helmet on helmet. Dangerous, dangerous hit there.
Mark Helm talked about we are ready to kick to him and we are going to tackle him.
So they just came right in. Thomas.
Great tackle.
It wasn't actually his helmet, the shoulder to the jaw, and just absolutely drops Grant.
Huge contact.
So 33 seconds will be on the clock. The youngster, Cameron Dukes, has 33 seconds to go all the way downfield. They're on the Argos 23.
33 here left.
Grant is still down. He's being tended to by a couple of trainers. He got popped real good.
So you got to try to conserve time.
Let's see how this is going to turn around.
As soon as the ball's caught, everybody's running back.
Hopefully he is okay.
Making sure they can call. They should
I mean,
have
he got hit hard.
Words where one word tells you the protection, the formation,
wow.
and the football play.
What a turn of events. I thought the Argos had this
they can call the play quickly
in a cakewalk.
And lose no time.
They were dominating this
game. So it doesn't matter where you throw it in.
They couldn't let the Stampeders couldn't do anything. But they have. Here's how it all breaks down right now. Calgary with 21 first downs. Toronto was 17. Third down efficiency. Toronto is 0 for 1. Calgary is 4 for 4. Calgary 370 total yards. Toronto with 276. Toronto 150 passing, 126 rushing. Calgary 287 passing, 83 rushing. Toronto is 3 for 3 in the red zone. Calgary is 1 for 1. 10 penalties for Toronto, 11 for Calgary.
So
Time of possession, Calgary 32-40, Toronto 26-48. 2 turnovers for Calgary, 1 for Toronto.
Keep everything behind you. Don't let the quarterback
Right now, if you bet on Toronto, they're plus 1,500 if you pick them to win. Here they go. Dukes is back. He's going to launch this one. Going for the bomb. Through the hands of the Argo receiver and out of bounds. Wouldn't that have been something?
Big, tall receiver, give you an opportunity on the sideline to flip the field.
That was close.
And the Calgary
Very
Stampeders
close.
are not going to allow Cameron Judge.
26 seconds now.
Telling Cameron Judge, I don't want you in coverage. I want you looking exactly at
Dukes looking at the plays on his wrist. The call is in. Crowd is cheering on the Stampeder defense. Here they go. The ball is in play. Dukes is back again. He's going to go across the middle, and it's almost picked off. Knocked down. 21 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 10. Toronto not able to complete anything. They got to do it again.
Over here, you're going to see
They have to come across yet again. Unbelievable. This Calgary defense has awoken. I don't know where they've been the whole game. It's like they said, Toronto, we're going to spot you a lead. Here comes Dukes, 3rd and 10. Here comes the line. Dukes, he's going to go deep again. Wide open across the middle. Toronto catches it. Sindani with a catch. 14 seconds to go. They got to run it up 27 yards. They're at the 50. They got to snap it quick. What a pass. What a catch. 1st and 10. 14 seconds to go. Dickinson is livid. He's screaming on the sidelines.
Dickinson is furious.
Holy moly.
Not sure what Dave is angry about.
At the 50-yard line, 15 seconds to go. Here's the snap back. Argos coming way down. They're going deep again. Oh, it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Calgary picks it off. This game is going to be done with 6 seconds left. It hits the Argos receiver. I think it was Coxey. It hits him, it bounces in the air, and the Calgary Stampeders come down with the football. Wow, that would have been finished. It is Coxey goes up. It was in his hands. Coxey caught it, but he lets it go. He drops it out of the air. Coxey had it. Houston is there to come down with the ball. That is going to be the game. Unbelievable. If Coxey hangs on to that ball, what a comeback it could have been. 6 seconds left on the clock. Stampeders, they're just going to take the knee.
Stampeders will move to 4-0.
The clock is going to go to 0. One more knee will end it. The Stampeders will go to 4-0 at home. 4-0, undefeated at home in Calgary. And these two teams will meet up again very soon. That's going to do it. The flags are waved. This game is over. Unbelievable. The Argos, who led through 3 quarters, cannot contain the Stampede as they march back in the 4th to pick up several scores and win this game. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. What a game. Let's run through the stats again real quickly. We just went through the team stats, but just to review the individual stats here real quick. Cameron Dukes, 18 for 26, 177 throwing yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Jake Mayer goes 26 of 37, 287 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Dukes running 12 carries, 95 yards and a TD. Kadeem Carey, 8 carries for 31 yards. Sorry, Burns, doesn't pick up the 40, but 31 yards and a TD. Rushing for the Stamps, Logan 9 for 36, Philpott 2 for 24, and Stevens 9 for 23. Receiving, Coxey 4 receptions for 61, Sindani 2 for 34 and a touchdown. Unger, he goes 3 for 29, Carey 3 for 20, McMahon 3 for 14, Meidel goes 2 for 11, and Polk 1 for 8. From Calgary, Bagleton, he goes 8 for 97 yards. He did have a fumble, Michael goes 4 for 59. Eccles 2 for 50 and a TD. Michael had a TD as well. Hyman 2 for 36. Tucker 4 for 23. Logan 4 for 11. Barnes 1 for 8. And Demery 1 for 3. On the defensive side, Jones for the Argos with 12 tackles. Mitchie, he had 9 tackles, 1 interception. So that was pretty sweet. From the Calgary side, the big defensive players, Houseware, 5 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception for Houston. He had 4 tackles. Hicks, 2 tackles, 1 sack. Rose, 2 tackles, 2 sacks. Vaughters, 1 tackle, 1 sack. Paradis goes 4 for 4 with the field goals and, of course, made the extra kicks as well. From the punting side, Haggerty, 8 punts, 471 total yards, his long being 88. That helps with the wind. Grace going 5 punts for 232, his longest being 67. On the kick returns, Grant goes 3 for 54, McMahon 1 for 24. Grant on the punt returns 3 for 22. Not his best with the punt returns today. Kick returning for the Stamps, Hyman 1 for 36, Coatney 1 for 18, Eccles 1 for 18. On the punt return, Eccles 5 for 66, and Hyman 2 for 18. Well, that is going to do it for us here. Week 9 is in the books. Next Friday night, we have these two teams meeting again. Week 10 in Toronto, Calgary, Toronto, 7:30, Friday, August 9th. That's going to be a doozy. Thank you for watching. Mods, thank you for doing what you do. Members, thank you so much for supporting our channel. And to everyone new who found us, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you for becoming part of our community. We'll see you again real soon. Make sure to check out some of our short highlights and our other videos we have posted. Help share the word about the channel. All good things, and we'll see you all real soon. I want to thank our partner channel, the Florida Park Explorers, being in the Florida parks, being a concierge service to the stars, personal shopping, theme park treats, all the good stuff. Check them out, the Florida Park Explorers. From all of us here at the Samwelb 12 Experience, we say thank you, good night, have a great week. We'll see you real soon. Take care, everybody. Good night.